Yo, I see what I see.
And low key, there's a lot of podcasts, even in this city especially, that like you can go on Instagram and they're like, oh my God, you got like 400 likes on your video. You go to their YouTube channel, 50 views. And I'd really be stressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, what the hell, fam? Like, if I'd be doing whatever for views, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get to that point where like you're just doing whatever, because if you don't make it, like you're gonna be homeless type.
Live streaming 12 hours a day.
Cardinal walked so that the Brown Bandits could run. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear Cardinal say no tutu is my word, Kroski.
Tutu is my word, Kroski? No.
That wasn't in there.
That was the remix.
A crazy episode, a lot of things we have to get to.
I'm gonna have to name this episode Elephant in the Room.
The Drake's there, you might try to drunk me. Call him, what I used to call him, Down Low Nation or something like that.
Little Tall Nation.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I would box that would make sense.
Might put you in a headlock nation. Salute to Casper TNG. This is not even about him at this point. The issue that's been going on for a space of time between us and the blocks.
Did you consider contacting the sponsors and letting them know what's going on over there?
Excuse me, officer. I think there's some people having a loud party in the next room. I think you might need to go look into that.
We love hip hop.
Okay. We're gonna get into what we gotta get into, and we got a lot of different things to get into today. But let's stay on path. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, gang. I'll get us to the end of this podcast here. You know what I'm saying? As your pilot on this flight here today. And big salute to One Take Jake. He can't be here today, so I'm controlling the switcher. So bear with me, you know what I'm saying? Old man Rick on the boards over here. Okay. I have a pre-topic for us, and I'll pull that up on the screen over here. Bada boom, bada bing. And this is courtesy of Demiza. I watch a lot of this guy's material, this Demiza guy.
Yeah.
He's always talking about music industry knowledge and different things like that. So big salute to him. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I hear you.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's play this here.
The podcast game in 2026 isn't just audio first anymore, it's video first. And that shift is changing everything. We're looking at a $40 to $50 billion industry where YouTube now dominates. 40% of listeners. Spotify is trailing. And Apple is still strong in downloads, but not discovery. And that's the real game, discovery. If your podcast isn't built for video, there's a good chance it's invisible. But with that comes a higher bar to entry. It isn't just a mic and conversation anymore. You're running full production, cameras, edits, thumbnails, distribution. That pressure is why burnout is real, with about 90% of podcasts dying after just a few episodes, and even established creators stepping away. The top celebrities are taking over because networks want guaranteed audiences, low risk, high return. So while most podcasts are still independent, half of the shows at the top are celebrity driven. But here's the play most people miss. You don't compete with celebrities. You go niche, deep audience, high trust, real community. People spend hours a week listening. They actually finish episodes. And they trust podcast hosts more than influencers. That's leverage. The game didn't just get harder. It got clearer.
So, gentlemen, and salute to the audience also in the chat. One man said the audio is cooked, but that's cap. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely tested the audio. But he was talking about the point of entry when it comes to podcasting, just the difference between back in the days to now. I can definitely speak for when we just started. We didn't even care about the video. All we cared about is our audio, right?
Maybe the person in the comments was saying that audio only podcast is good. Maybe he wasn't saying the audio.
No, I think he meant that.
Like the audio of this.
I dread.
Yeah, but
audio is cooked.
No. What it was also, and listen, I'm going to address the live chat one more time, and then we're going to continue just focus on what we got to focus on. What they're actually talking about is any audio that we will be playing in accordance to like any of the videos or like It's not going to sound as good
Mm.
as when people watch the replay later on.
Okay.
Okay? As
Okay.
far as our audios, our mic audios, I think we sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, as an audio engineer.
Mm.
However, okay, you know, like the man was saying, it's not that easy to start a podcast these days. You got to have the mics and all these cameras hooked up, and if not, then like you're probably not going to get run up in the algorithm. Is he correct?
Yeah, but I don't think it was ever easy to start a successful podcast. Like maybe for celebrities at one point, it was like a lower barrier of entry, or you could elevate quicker.
Yeah.
But I think for the average person just starting a podcast, especially at the beginning when it was audio only, like you're probably thousands of episodes in by now. You know, if you started when podcasts became a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that there has to be a visual component to the podcast. A lot of podcast consumption is done through social media, like TikTok, IG. Some people be like, "Oh, I've seen your podcast," but they've never seen a full episode. They just see it on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, sufficient enough for them to get a gist of whether they like it or not.
Yeah, but then I don't like that, man. And that is one of my pet peeves. They're like, yo, I fuck with the podcast. And I'm like, are you even subscribed to our YouTube channel? Oh, nah, bro. I usually just watch the clips on Instagram. You don't watch our podcast then. You might watch a clip and at the most 3 minutes if I want to really catch the algorithm on Instagram. But you don't watch the pod, bro. You watch clips.
They don't watch it in its entire form, but they still consume it whenever they see it and like it enough to recall it. You know what I'm saying? Like at least they're like, okay, I've seen your pod and I consciously know it's your pod. It's better than not watching it at all.
You ever get one of those scenarios, and I feel like Dem Dog made a video about it the other day, where the man like is like, yo, I'm your biggest fan, fam. I watch your shit all the time. And then like, you know what? I think I could. You know what I'm talking about, Nacho?
Yeah.
I think I have. If I'm not mistaken, it was Dem Dog who did that video, right?
Yeah, exactly. With Joseph and Andy.
Yes. Let me find that video because I was like, this shit pissed. I got triggered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, here it is.
Doors open.
Jeez, Joseph, what are you saying, brother? You're good?
So, yeah, what are you saying?
Jeez,
brother?
I'm blessed. Who's over here?
Yeah, Dem Dog.
Who's over here?
Dem Dog?
Yeah,
I like that. Living legend, Dem Dog?
What are you saying?
Oh, fam. What are you saying, fam?
Hold on, the man called him the living legend, Dem
that is
Dog.
so
There's
funny.
super extra sauce on it. This man,
Living legend,
Yo,
Dem
you're
Dog.
doing your thing, eh?
Respect.
Fam, you're a legend, bro. You're a legend. Fam, I love your stuff.
Love.
You've been having me laughing, crying, fam.
Okay.
Crying like tears.
Yeah.
Like, fam, when I'm down, I watch your stuff.
So when
eh?
I'm down.
I'm telling you, like, fam, when I'm down, like, life is beating me up. Like, you know what I mean? My girl is talking next, man. Like, doesn't even matter. Like, you know what I mean? Let's say my deuce is on my head, like, on my case. Doesn't matter. Fam, I stay watching your stuff. Like, you're a guy.
Now I read that, but yo,
Fam.
quick question for you. What do you think about the last video that I just dropped?
The last video?
Yeah.
Flipping, I don't even know. Like, I haven't even seen that.
Alright, let me see that. I'll show you where it is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We love hip hop.
Oh, Wagwan. Fam, Wagwan, you don't even follow me. I thought you said you watch all my videos.
Mad.
Fam, this is my burner account, see? Like, so I'm not really on the gram like that, you know? But,
Okay.
yeah, man, I'm not really. Yo, Joseph, let me holler at you, see?
Like, get out of there. Get out of there.
That was pretty
Cut.
good.
So yeah, I feel like when people say, yo, I watch your shit and they only see you on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they're not really watching your shit, bro. Like they're doing what's what Andy's doing. You know what I'm saying?
But they're tapped in.
Yes. But the man was even following, fam.
Can I be honest? When the majority of people used to come up to me and say, "Oh, I love your podcast. I love watching your podcast," I usually assume it's short form style, like Instagram or TikTok.
Right.
And only a select few are watching every single 1.5 hour, 2 hour episode.
Not me. When people say, "Oh, I recognize you from the podcast," like I assume that they watch at least majority of the episodes.
The whole thing.
Yeah, maybe not the whole episode, but majority.
Maybe for this pod, like
they be like mentioning takes and stuff that man them have. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
They're like, wait a minute, that was like 1.5 hours in there. You know what I'm saying?
But yo, Friday does chop up the clips. Like I have friends that don't watch the full episode, but they watch every short clip. And I'm like, why don't you just watch the full episode? They go, it's too much. Like it's just too long.
But
for some people, they don't like long form content. Like
and for some people, like podcasting is still it's still a relatively new thing, even though it's getting old to us, because I feel like a lot of us probably been listening to pods for 10 years plus, or at least myself. But there's some people who are still getting acquainted to a podcast that's my source of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather still go to Netflix or something and watch a show.
Yeah, that is true. Me, like YouTube is always my primary entertainment app. So like I'm used to that. But a lot of people is not. A lot of people, they'd rather go to like Tubi or Netflix or Crave or something.
Yeah, it's like we're becoming real TV eventually. Like, you know, they're already integrating podcasts onto Netflix to try to make it like this is what your TV experience is going to be moving forward. But like that is going to be, and it's not working yet, but it is going to be where the future's going.
Yeah, and to respond to the barrier to entry, I agree with what the guy's saying, but I don't fully agree with what Zar said in the sense of like, oh, it was super hard to like make a consistent podcast back in the day. Because there's like certain podcasts I listen to, like one of them is called like Nerd Soup, and they discuss like movies and TV shows and stuff. And even to this day, they're still audio only, although they still post on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like they started back then, and they have like they're not super famous, but they have like a good group where they're making good money, and they could like do this as their full-time job. They're friends, like so. I feel like there's a lot of podcasts that started back then that were able to get a core niche following and just like I guess thrive from that.
I think Serial is still like just audio only.
Okay.
That Serial Killer podcast, I think that's like still like the biggest podcast or listened podcast out there, period. And The Read, which is like an old school podcast from back in the days, Combat Jack days. I think they're still only audio.
Okay.
Like they might have the video on YouTube, but it's just like literally just their logo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You definitely would have had, I guess, a head start if you started when podcasts were still young. So I could see that. But I think for every success story we discussed, there's like 99 failure stories of podcasts that just didn't pan out because people weren't seeing returns, especially when it was an earlier market and you know, like you weren't getting sponsors.
But like what kind of returns? Like when podcasting was new, there was no returns. You know what I mean? Like people weren't expecting to get big bags. It wasn't until like Joe Rogan and Joe Budden started to get millions of dollars, and it's like, wait, what the hell? Like,
no, but there were still bags to be made before like the multi-million-dollar bags in podcasting. Like there were a lot of like audio only sponsors or like, you know, certain companies that would find like the local podcast that had like 30,000 followers or something.
Yeah.
Manscaped, like those type of companies.
Yeah. Bevel, Blue Chew, Squarespace. It's all from old pods.
Yeah, that's definitely when podcasts started to get more popular. But I feel like back then, to start a podcast, like you wanted to start a podcast. You weren't doing it because, oh, I'm about to blow it. It's kind of like the same with rap.
Yeah.
Like when rap first started, niggas that were rapping, they generally had a passion to rap. I feel like back then people had a passion to pod. But like now with rap, people are only getting into rap as like a launch pad for something else, you know? So
and the podcast is becoming the thing where rappers are like, oh, there's money over there while I'm about to fall off. Okay, let me go see if I can, you know, get a couple of sponsorship bags because I'm Mano and Jim Jones and them who started a pod, or Fat Joe and them. Like, it's automatic you're going to get like a big sponsor just because of the name that you bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which kind of makes the playing field a little bit uneven again for podcasters who came into the game for the love, like myself, or, and don't get it twisted. The love also means, got to give us some money. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're competing not just with Joe Budden, who was not a complete celebrity. He was like a B-list celebrity?
Maybe C.
Maybe C-list celebrity that became an A-list celebrity from his podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody else who started podcast afterwards are like A-list celebrities. Like the friggin' Barack Obama and his wife have a podcast, bro. Like, how the hell are you supposed to compete with these people?
The guests, low key, I think for the average podcast viewer, let's say we've never heard of a podcast, but you see a specific guest that you've watched on other podcasts, you're gonna tune into that podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shoot, like 6ix9ine's on here or whatever. Like, so I think, or maybe that wasn't the best example.
Well, that's how Bobby Altoff launched her podcast. She launched it with Drake.
Yeah, all these name brand celebrities. So I feel like for the majority of us podcast viewers, like it is very guest driven from a consumption standpoint, and that makes it hard for like people like us or other local networks to even get a look, because it's like, bro, you're competing with Fat Joe and Jadakiss, who just had friggin' this rapper on their pod. Like
they just had almost all the members of Wu-Tang Clan.
You guys both dropped on Wednesday.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, straight up. Or Cameron, who just had J. Cole on. Cameron also has platinum albums that like I love. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that I'm competing with them or like we're competing with them, but like we damn near are as far as the algorithm.
I think starting as a podcaster nowadays is not the way to go. Like, I feel like it should almost be like a byproduct of another element of success. Like you achieve success as a DJ and now you're starting a pod, or like as a rapper, now you start a pod, or as an athlete, then you start, you know, like I feel like it should be supplementary, because being podcast first, you're going to be very guest driven unless you're like a stand-up comedian and you're just doing a pod with your friends, working on material, you know?
And you also, even with the stand-up comedians, because that's a whole genre of podcasters that accumulated a shitload of views, and now there's a bunch of videos that have been made on them, and we're watching the downfall of Two Bears, One Cave, and all of these different podcasts. Like, you better be a known comedian to think that you're going to crack the algorithm, because all of the known comedians already have pods.
Yeah, I almost think if you're a comedian nowadays, you either have to go on pods all the time or you should have your own. It's a good way to gauge your audience, though.
Yeah.
And develop a new audience.
Yeah, but how do you develop a new audience if you're competing with Andrew Schultz, friggin', what's his name? Howie Mandel has a pod. Any comedian who's like the top tier comedian already has a podcast. So even if you're like in that genre, like that shit is full.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like a loser mindset. It's like you're entering at a loss. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's opportunity for everyone. There's enough algorithm for everybody. I feel like you just have to put your best foot forward and then let the algorithm decide. Like, YouTube is very equal opportunity in the sense of like, I started, Zar's seen this live, so you know I'm not lying. I started a brand new YouTube channel. Like, I'm going to do dancehall, essays, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The first video I dropped got over 10,000 views and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I could have been like, there's already so many channels that do video essays. I'm not going to be able to compete with blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But like, just try. You never know what's going to happen.
What I will say about YouTube, I don't think YouTube is as equal opportunity as TikTok or Instagram when it comes to random unknown people making podcasts. Like, you could have a random unknown podcast clip go crazy on Instagram or TikTok, like millions of views.
But they're saying TikTok is suppressing comedy now. They're saying that, like, even Matt Rife said, they used to push my content, but now they said they're not pushing comedy no more. So now he's like cussing TikTok right now.
Well, maybe stand-up comedy. I'm talking like a podcast clip. Like we'll say we were comedians and we're just like shooting the shit, whatever. So like that content is more likely to go crazy on IG or TikTok than YouTube. I think building that YouTube audience and the YouTube numbers takes so long. Or you have to have that head start of being a celebrity, of being guest driven.
Yeah. Low key, you can make your podcast look better on those platforms than it actually looks in like real life when people get to see the full screen.
Yeah.
Right? Because like right now, you know, I got a single shot going on, right? And then, you know, you guys got your shots going on. Now, if I go and clip it up for IG and I gloss it up a little bit with CapCut or whatever, and everybody's in single shots with the microphones in front of them, people are like, yo, I watch your podcast, it looks lit. Then they go over to YouTube and they're like, this shit looks like it's in 480p. You know what I'm saying? So and I've seen that a lot of times, fam. I've seen somebody's clip and I'm like, yo, this shit looks fire. Then I go to the actual YouTube and I'm like, what happened, bro? Why doesn't it look the same?
Yeah.
Even sound the same.
Or you see a viral podcast clip, you're like, wow, this podcast must be up. They must be going crazy. You go on their profile, it's like 2,000 followers or something. And then you go on their YouTube and their bio and it's like even less than that. And you're like, oh, shoot, but you have this very viral clip.
Yeah. For Americans, it's different though, because they get paid from their viral clips. So like, let's say their YouTube numbers are the best, but every time they post on IG or TikTok, they're getting millions of views.
Yeah, 10,000 likes.
You know what I mean? Like they're still making their bread, like regardless of the platform. So, and I just want to discourage people from trying, especially like with AI and stuff. Like, if you think you're just gonna go get a regular job and you're gonna be nice, like that's not what's gonna happen still.
Yeah.
So if you do have a passion for creation, or if you have an idea you want to go through, like just try it out. You know what I mean? You never know what's gonna happen. Like Andrew Schultz is Andrew Schultz because he tried his idea and he got there type thing, you know?
Yeah, he didn't do that saying, you know what, I ain't gonna be able to make it because
Bill Burr's already the best white comedian, you know?
Yeah. No, real talk. And low key, there's a lot of podcasts, even in this city especially, that like you can go on the Instagram and they're like, oh my God, you got like 400 likes on your video. You go to their YouTube channel, 50 views.
Maybe them niggas I want to encourage to quit. Them niggas might should quit.
Maybe they should quit, right?
Them niggas.
You know what, Kid Nacho, this is a good question to ask you because, you know, you're speaking on this mantra of, you know, believing in yourself, never giving up. But when should someone give up?
I would say when it starts to have a negative impact on your life. Okay. And sometimes it's not giving up. Sometimes it's taking a break. Like even for me, like I'm not gonna lie. For the longest time, I thought, okay, it's only a matter of time before man start getting paid from the views, blah blah blah. But then I just let it keep going, and then I just have to realize like, yo, I have to get a job still. Because if I keep going at this pace, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna be like all these other creators. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I took a little break, you know, and then got my job, got everything back on a foundation. And then now I'm comfortable enough to where I could post in a good space. And then now I'm getting my views back up again and stuff, you know, so.
Yeah, you know, what you needed to do is create like some headspace pause, like monetarily so that you can feel creative.
Exactly.
Because when you feel really boggled down, like with finances and the world and stuff like that, it's hard to be creative.
Facts.
So if you're wondering where your next meal or paycheck is going to come from and you're like, okay, I just got to get it shaken through this content, like, bruh,
yeah,
you're not really moving smart in life, fam. Like, even with this, people think that this is the only thing I do to try to make money. And then they'll go on Social Blade and be like, fam, oh, that's what you make a month, fam. You may as well work at McDonald's. Like, no, fam, I have other forms of income that come in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't, then I'd really be stressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, what the hell, fam? Like, if I'd be doing whatever for views, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get to that point where like you're just doing whatever, because if you don't make it, like you're gonna be homeless type shit.
Live streaming 12 hours a day.
Type shit.
But they also say that it's when you're in that financial distress that you can be the most creative.
Also true.
So which one is it, you know?
Well, it depends on, because for me, like I need to have a crib for me to be creative still. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've been homeless like a couple nights type where you roam around downtown. That didn't like inspire me to go drop a banger video. So I'm like, yo, I'm not recording myself in this current circumstance.
You're thinking about your immediate needs, like
exactly.
shelter, food.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's like, I feel like maybe once upon a time, with also the roof over your head and all those different things, it's like, okay, pockets are super thin.
Yeah.
Now I'm inspired.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's like a matter of having a roof over your head, like fam, or like some food, or even a draw to bun, bro.
Fact.
Bro, I'm not inspired, fam. Like, let me get an EMT, bitch.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's not to say when you get into a better space, you can't tap into that and use that as fuel. Where it's like, like, I remember when I was down and out, I'm not going back there. You know, like that's what I use. Like every day I wake up, I'm like, yo, I'm never going back. I think about even times when I was in the bin. I'm like, yo, I'm never going back there, bro. So like, you definitely get inspiration from that, but you still need to have some sort of stability, you know?
No. Facts. No, man, I think that was a fruitful conversation there. I think we can get into the podcast here, but until then, let's get the pod started. This is the part of the live stream where I'm gonna just get copyrighted the hell out of, but let's get it good. Let's get it popping.
Man.
Cheese.
Drinking Bacardi, you see that rockin' the party, and niggas jumping, you wildin', the ladies showing, I'm smiling, and everybody knows it's the T.
Big salute to the Brown Bandits, man. Yo, man.
The Brown Bandits.
Them, this song is for them, fam. This is like the early Cardinal walked so that the Brown Bandits could run. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear Cardinal say no 2-2 is my word, Kroski.
2-2 is my word, Kroski? No.
That wasn't in there.
that was the remix. Oh man, let's get into it, man. We are Box, the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most toast, Friday Ricky Dread, aka Podcast Poppy, aka I don't know, 100 blunts to the head. Let's bring that one back, aka Fashion Rick. Okay, and listen. Summertime body loading, Rick. Okay, we were doing that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yo, big salute. We back over here. We Love Hip Hop Studios, episode 670. We got back in the building. The Turkish Thrill.
Yep.
You might see him behind the wheels of steel at your wedding reception or at the Scrippy doing his goddamn thing. You might see him on your YouTube screens asking some of the most intriguing questions on the algorithm. We got DJ and content creator extraordinaire, DJ Czar in the motherfucker building. Let's go.
Yes, sir. DJ Czar, a.k.a. Burrow Sound, a.k.a. Young Shawarma, a.k.a. Cheeseburger, a.k.a. Coffee Poppy, a.k.a. Zarly Kirk, a.k.a. Big Turk, a.k.a. The Ruiner, a.k.a. George. Did I miss any?
Mr. Fantastic,
aka Dr.
Fantastic,
stretch your girl pussy like elastic, back at it like a crack addict.
I think we got them all in there. Thank you.
The big three was good, boys.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Also, we have back in the building.
Oh my goodness,
the troublemaker himself.
Oh, look who it is.
You might see him on your social media screens, on his own page, turning up the views. You might see him on other people's social media screens, people trying to take him down.
Oh my goodness.
You might see him behind the wheels of steel or plastered on the flyers for some of the biggest events in the city. Hold on. We need some sound effects.
You want it?
We got DJ and content creator extraordinaire, DJ Natural Wave in the motherfucker building, air horns.
You already know I'm out for a crazy episode. A lot of things we have to get to.
We're going to have to name this episode Elephant in the Room. We didn't even say it yet, but like we just got a big old elephant in the room.
Are you going to wait till we open it up to the public for that part? Or is that going to start members only? Because we have to address this. Like how long are we gonna... Nah, I'm not laughing. I'm not going to get caught laughing.
Oh,
because I don't support them type of jokes.
Me neither. That's not funny, man. Okay.
Those are the type of guys you have up there Friday.
Yo, chat, should we call Icy Springer during this episode?
Ooh. Let me see who's in the building over here in our chat, in our listening or not listening audience, on our live audience. We got about 6 viewers in here.
Jeez,
so
members,
big salute to the members. Okay, one in the chat if we should give Icy Springer a call during this live stream or during this episode. 2 in the chat if you're like, you know what, leave it alone. You guys should just address it on your own. Okay, but before, okay, so let me know that, all right?
You gotta squash the beef, though. Not gonna lie.
I was just gonna ignore it and move on, you know?
Nah, you know what? I heard his perspective on it, and when he mentioned that It started from the Cloud Girl of the Year. What was it? Cloud Chaser of the Year? Gossip Girl of the Year.
Girl of the Year.
That's not okay, but if it's done, if you rehash something.
No, but I'm saying that's what was like, how do I say, the catalyst of like the subsequent interaction.
No, that is
you guys
true.
were like cool to not cool, cool to not cool. Like
the jump off.
That was the jump off.
Okay, we'll address it in a second.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. Let me salute the sponsors before any of them
Before
other
we lose
platforms,
them.
try to give some calls to any of the sponsors and say, maybe you can
Did you consider contacting the sponsors and letting them know what's going on over there?
Excuse me, officer. I think there's some people having a loud party in the next room. I think you might need to go look into that.
That's crazy.
Yo, fam, real weirdo ass niggas.
Oh.
But anyhow, let me salute the sponsors so then we'll get into our shit. Starting with Exotic Hot Pot, from high grade strain to authentic grabber, and all your rolling essentials. Exotic Hot Pot is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. If you need to get any of that exotic Hot Pot, hit them up on our Instagram page. We got a package of that on the table right there. Hit them up on their Instagram page. That's Exotic Hot Pot. Or you can find them on their website. That's exotichotpot.ca. Let them know that the We Love Hip Hop boys sent you, and they'll give you a fat discount. You heard me? Also, if you want to get your cars detailed, you need to go over to Road Ready Detailing. That's over at 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. You can get your cars detailed. You can get ceramics. You can get wraps. You can get coatings. You can get anything you need. Okay. They're doing a helmet special right now as well for getting into the summer times. So hit them up on their Instagram page if you want to book an appointment. That's Toronto Road Ready Detailing, and find the phone number over there. Or you could just go over to the shop. That's over at 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. If you see the boy Dusty Wallace, tell them We Love Hip Hop boys sent you, and they'll give you a fat discount. I think that's it. Gentlemen, how has y'all weeks been? Anywhere we can go and check y'all this weekend? Flyers, any type shit like that?
Sunday, I'll be at Lank. But Dope Sick in the 6, that's dropping every day. We just dropped part 3 today.
Amazing series, bro.
You're liking it?
Yo,
I appreciate
fam.
that.
Holy, bro. That shit right there, as somebody who has dealt with alcoholism over the years and stuff like that. I can't even count how many years sober I am now. But like, some of the things that this man was talking about, it was like, wow, that shit hit home, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like he was talking about being in 12-step programs for drugs, or there were alcohol's 12-step programs, but he was in there for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That evolved over the years, and he'll probably attest to this as well. Now they have like CA, not just AA. So like anybody who's on drugs doesn't just have to go to an AA meeting.
They're like Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah, they have NA, CA, which is Cocaine Anonymous. They have all of the stuff now. So like people can just go to their individual meetings. But like I found that really intriguing that the drug addicts had to go to the AA meetings too, because I guess the same philosophy applies.
Yeah, pretty much. And the views aren't too crazy, but I'm very proud of this docuseries. So, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like Press Machine is just thinking like, remember when I called him out for his views? I'd be thinking like, man, like someone could call me out on my views right now. But
like,
I've had
gotcha, bitch.
I've had a couple people like message me about the strength of Adrian's testimony and like the impact. So even like the 3-4 people that reach out to me, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. Like, even it gains me a 1-2 subscriber, or like touches someone. That's all that's like important,
Yeah, and I have a segment from that that we're gonna discuss near the end of the podcast. But I will say this when it comes to stuff like that, like, it might not catch on right away, like certain clips, but you'll be surprised later on what the algorithm picks up and sends into space, bro.
That's true.
And it usually be stuff like that, because that's just evergreen content. You know what I mean? And somebody will relate to it, send it to somebody else. You turn around, the shit has like 250,000 views on it.
Oh, that's the goal.
Trust me. But yeah, man, dope piece of content. Welcome back. DJ Natural Wave, how's your week been? Anything going on? Anything that you want to talk about?
Well, my week's been amazing. It's been like the Sexy Red concert got officially announced. I'm gonna be one of the DJs. So DJ, Mud. You know, so for people who, oh, natural DJs, I've never seen them, blah, blah, blah. You can see me at Rebel, at Rebel Night, Blood Clot. Alongside DJ Snoopy, DJ Dimes, Ricochet, MC E-Bone. There's another DJ on there as well. I don't want, but yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Damn.
And also, anybody in Montreal, I'm gonna be in Montreal in April. Anybody in Vancouver, I'm gonna be at the Armani show in Vancouver, May 10th. So, you know, I want to tap into all the We Love Hip Hop fans around Canada. You know what I mean?
No, we definitely got a good Montreal audience over there. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen over here. It's the Sexy Red live in concert. Air horns again.
Crazy.
May 15th over at Rebel Nightclub over at 11 Polson Street. I remember when I used to go there when it was the docks. Good old times, man. Right? You got Sexy Red. You got DJ Natural over here.
Mud.
Okay. Live in concert. My pussy pink, my booty hole brown.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. No.
Beer Shotties hit me up, try to, but nah.
No, I mean, you know, we're gonna be there. You know,
No, facts.
Yeah. No, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying?
No, everybody has to. The whole team has to pull up still.
Yeah.
You had like a backstage room.
I didn't ask them all that yet, but you know, I'm sure we're gonna be backstage.
Get a rider.
But I feel like Sexy Red's gonna have her own section. So.
Yeah.
I think she'll kick it. She'll kick it with the boys.
Oh, might be able to get a little exclusive. You never know. You never know. But listen, congratulations and salute to you. And I don't even need to tell you congratulations. Like, you do this, bro. Like,
Respect,
you know what I'm saying? So salute to you, brother. And surprise guest, they said there's going to be on the flyer. Okay, so
exactly.
Look out for that.
The Drake's there, he might try to jump me.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I'll be like, yo, fam, like I recite all your lyrics, bro. What you doing?
Yeah, he might be there.
I think he will be the surprise guest. All you're gonna hear is I still got some love deep inside of me. And everyone's gonna be like,
oh shit. You might be watching some of them episodes back now, like, oh yeah, that boy gonna beat her over there, bitch. Okay, yo, Chubbs.
But I recite all his lyrics.
I'm playing. I don't feel like I got people putting this narrative out there that the man were just watching hand rubbing. Like, well, we see this youth. And I'm doing the black guy hand rub, okay?
Like, even when I went to the cartel show at Scotiabank Arena, I went with my boy who works there. So when we went to the underground and I seen like all the OVO trucks and stuff, and I was just there in my whip, like just waiting to like get out. I'm like, yo, I hope nothing happens. Yeah,
it's natural in the seat sinking.
Literally.
What do you mean you're gonna recite his lyrics to him if he pages?
No, I said I always recite his lyrics. So you know, like as much as I critique him, I still show love.
Imagine he presses you and you're just like, I might be too strong out on compliments.
But speaking of getting pressed.
Ooh.
I want to give a quick minute to give a shout out to Exotic Hot Pots, Canada's loudest brand. From high-grade strains to authentic grabber and all the rolling essentials, Exotic Hot Pots is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. If you want delivery, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop crew sent you. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer!
Hey, yo, Icy, when I see... No, I'm joking still. I'm joking still. After much reflection, and after being informed that Icy is only 5'6", you know, I feel like I should be the bigger man since I literally am the bigger man. Okay, I'm not gonna troll.
Okay,
because there are kids involved, and when he first mentioned me, like I was seeing red. You know what I mean? Like I was just on crash out mode, so I wasn't thinking clearly. You know, so upon further reflection, like it was an idiot thing to post a man's daughter. Still, you know, I will take that accountability. You know, Azar, you're right. You know, and also like I got Friday involved.
Yeah, and I fucked up too, man. Like I will apologize as well because it was irresponsible for me to just assume that like she was above age.
Yeah,
because I'm seeing myself get cooked in the comments for that. Listen, I don't look deeply into what's going on with his personal life, right?
Yeah.
And that's not like a cop out for me. I just didn't know. I assumed okay, like she's above age, like whatever. It's not that bad, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
So irresponsible on my part. just to assume. So my apologies for just assuming that she was above age.
Exactly. And on my part, I was just gonna ignore it and move on. Like life's amazing, but I want life to continue to be amazing. I don't want to have to like worry about petty stuff. You know what I mean? And like, it wasn't really affecting me in any sense, so I could just have continued on, but like, it wasn't really sitting well with my spirit. Like a lot of people did, like even Zara showed me that like, like that wasn't like the right move type shit,
Yeah.
And seeing other people's perspective, other parents' perspective, it did kind of change how I felt. Cause I was just like, they all making a dark joke, but like the youth them are innocent, like if it's me and someone else, like I shouldn't involve other family members and stuff,
Yeah. I will say this though. I'm not gonna think that like you're wrong for getting back at the man. Yeah, you went too far.
Yeah.
But man drawed you out first. You know what I'm saying? And I think I have a pretty cool relationship with Icy, even though like the last time we spoke, I was yelling. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna hold down my team no matter what.
Exactly.
And like if I feel that like you're just getting at somebody on my team just because you have some kind of implicit like dislike for them, whatever it may be, or wherever it might root back to Gossip Girl or whatever, like you can't be calling mans rats and F words that rhyme with maggot and all type of shit before any youth them were mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna respond, I know you went dark, okay? And yes, put aside from that, which the apologies are there for, okay? It's in the recording now, right? Aside from that, I could also understand getting back at a man when you're just like doing your life and niggas just start shooting at you.
But to be honest, like the other two stories I posted, they were actually mad funny and people were laughing at that. But I feel like it was kind of on some Meet the Grams thing where it's like, oh, yo, you mentioned a man's daughter, it's not true. But so it kind of like took away from like my actual funny jokes.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of like unnecessary, like I didn't have to go that far. And I'm smart enough to like cook a man without having to resort to like underhand tactics or anything,
Yeah, that's their kind of stuff.
Exactly. And like there's so much like stuff on him that's like weird. I don't want anything on me that's weird. You know what I mean? Like now there's something that man can point back to, like, oh yo, natural posted of you. I'm just like, nah, like, so I wouldn't take accountability in that aspect. Like I could be mud in the head sometimes. So I'm gonna try to use a little more foresight in my crash outs,
Yeah. So can you guys ever see yourself doing some kind of like a boxing match? Because like I see a boxing match about to happen. I don't know if
you'll Snoopy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true, but I seen that flyer as well. So maybe that would be mad. Would I do a boxing match? I would consider it. Like I would need some time to like prepare though, because like I'm not. I've never boxed before. So.
Listen, bro. let me just. If I could, with all due respect, answer for you. No.
Don't do it.
Really? Why not?
Because I feel like we already had the discussion on this podcast. Like that's what you do when you're on the way out. No.
I think it's different for where we're at. Like, because okay, one of the occasions that Icy went live to address this, I was in the live. Remember I sent you that live?
Yeah.
And in the live, I was like, yo, like, would you box natural? And he's like, yo, sorry, like I would. Like, let's set this up,
Really?
And then about a week later, he's boxing Snoopy. My concern between Snoopy and Icy's boxing match is that there's a size disparity in terms of weight and height.
Is there?
More so weight, yeah.
Weight? I thought they're like both like built type thing. Snoopy is like a little more like
Snoopy's
tubby,
probably more than 200 pounds, and I wouldn't imagine Icy being more than 170 or 180.
But wouldn't that work in Icy's favor?
It would work in Snoopy's favor, because that's why they have weight classes.
Hold on,
so here is the fight poster. It's on 420. You can see Snoopy.
There's no sound on that.
140 comments, bro, already.
Now, and I don't know if there's going to be headgear or if this is going to be no headgear.
They got to do headgear, bro. Man can't just bust up their face to like public figures and shit, bro. You're going to bust up your face and now you can't do no work for the next week? You have a black eye when you're going live and shit?
That's like,
I feel like you look cool.
I do commercials and stuff. Like, like my agent can't call me like, oh, we need you to go to an audition. It's like, oh no, I boxed Icy Springer last night. I can't, you know what I mean?
They'd be like, who?
Like, I want to still be able to post these four band deals and stuff.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say.
I love how we're just so petty, no matter how much of accountability we're
Slip that
taking.
in there. If you end up on a boxing card with Icy, I will also be a part of that boxing card. I don't know who I would fight. I don't know.
Box Underground Nation.
Who?
Underground Nation.
You know what? I thought about that, but bro's like 6'4" and like probably like 220 or something. I thought about it, but I'm like
different weight class now.
I mean, it has to be someone in my weight class, you know? Like
now, Loki, that's why I don't really call him when I used to call him Down Low Nation or something like that.
The
little tall nation.
I will call him that low verse still. I seen him the boxing video. I'm like, you know what? I don't even need him. I don't need no beef with him no more. Still.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I would box that would make sense.
Might put you in a headlock nation.
UFC Nation.
Oh man,
there you go, brother. There's a clip, man.
But I feel like it'd be cool to have a boxing match because it gives you something to prepare for, and it just adds to the legacy.
I do need a reason to go to the gym, but I'd be procrastinating. So like, I don't want to procrastinate up until the match, and then like it shows that I didn't prepare. You know?
Yo, I think you guys underestimate how not easy boxing is, fam. There's one thing to go to the gym, and I think Adam had the same problem. Like, man's go do some push-ups and, you know, some bench presses and, all right, I did some cardio.
But that's the thing though. If I'm going to prepare, I know a man that actually like runs a boxing like gym. So I'll go to him. I'll be like, yo, I'll pay you the bread. Make sure I kill a nigga.
But you need like, I feel like a real 6 months with that person. These guys be trying to get that shit in like 2 months tops.
When is this supposed to be?
April 20th.
That's next month.
Brother.
That's less than
that's
like 3 weeks.
420, you know, they're going to be balling up the same day.
Come on, man. Mans are going to get one round in and then they're going to be like too tired to do the next round, bro. Or somebody's going down.
You should fight one of the brown bandits. Because
you should fight one of the brown bandits.
I'm actually cool. I'm cool with all of them, but they actually do box.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it'll be like,
yes.
Yeah, they actually do that.
I've seen Soraya the Flash.
Soraya's nasty.
Yeah, no, they're good at it.
She's actually nasty.
Holy.
But Soraya is significantly smaller than me, but I guarantee
his
you
hands are fast.
You should go MT. I'll be like Don King in the corner, like, yeah, get him, yeah.
Yo, bro.
I'll wear the afro and everything, fam. Trust.
I'm finding out, fam. A lot of the shit that the people that we're talking smack about, like they're prepared to fuck us up, bro.
I think if anything, you should fight MT because I'm cool with MT.
But that's why it'll be a friendly match.
But there has to, the best fights have a storyline.
Oh,
so Natural has at this point, he has a storyline with certain characters in the city.
All our ops are training.
All our ops.
But me, like, for me, my preparation is like getting more bread. So like when I go out, I can hire my security. I'm nice. I feel good.
Bro, those guys got a picture of you and they throw darts at it.
You know what I mean? Like,
darts, bro. These mans are hitting the freaking, not the heavy bag, but the other one.
They have like those. Like,
the speed bag.
The speed bag, bro. Just going crazy. Just in like good form and shit too, fam. Like, mans are like, yo, if we prepare for a few months and if I pay the right boxing man, like, no, bro, these guys have been preparing all their life.
You know what my preparation is?
Get him off of me.
That's definitely that is the prep.
Get off.
I'm completely joking. These are jokes.
All in GTA.
But this is the thing, yo, mans don't have no sense of humor, fam. You know what I mean? Like I be watching like
I'm enjoying it.
Like, yeah, that's what it is, ain't that? This kid thinks he's sick. It's like, bro, like,
man.
joking.
Okay, wait. So would you fight Icy in the ring for money?
Is it a guaranteed paycheck or like whoever wins gets the money?
It's a guaranteed paycheck. Depends on the turnout type of vibe.
Nah, I'm not fighting for free still.
No, what if it's like guaranteed 3 bands?
3 bands? That's not enough still.
For one day, it's like a month of preparation.
Bro, I could like do a commercial and get like double that.
Or you could train for the whole month and then you just show up to like a 30-minute, 20-minute fight.
But like
and you just make 3 bands.
3 bands isn't worth it. In case if mans lose, that's like I know how Icy is. Man's posting that.
Priceless.
You know what I mean? Like 3 bands is not worth it still.
He might be on his profile picture.
You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
a picture of like nah, I'm not having that, bro. The man's using the picture of me in my Jamaican vacation. As like, you know what I mean? I love that picture. You know what I mean?
A knockout is this endless content, bro. Like if that was me, and this is why I'm not even attempting to go into the ring. I'm not even answering you guys' question, right? Because fam, just that knockout, fam. If I'm the one who's the winner, I'm chopping that up for at least a year, fam.
Facts.
I'm trying to make that into at least 10 racks.
But
the loss.
Have there been celebrities or athletes that have been knocked out and the
What are your
public
thoughts?
forgets eventually?
Sticky Fingers. Salute to Sticky Fingers. Okay, if you see this brother, like I fuck with you, but like he did get knocked out by Mickey Rourke, the actor. And they had one of the first celebrity boxing matches back in the days. Ain't nobody remember that shit.
This wasn't a boxing match, but Joe Budden got boxed up.
He did. By Raekwon and them people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a little different. And it wasn't him. It was his people. One of his guys got hit. So he didn't.
I thought they smacked him in the back of his head when he was walking.
That was Consequence.
Oh, okay.
At the Love and Hip Hop set, he ran up behind him and he hit him in the back of his head. And then Joe was like, I like that. Like as if he was ready to take it there. But Joe actually can box though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another one. Yo, a lot of these guys can box, fam. Maybe we need to take boxing classes.
Now look,
I'm taking boxing.
If I had enough, I would need like 6 months preparation time. Maybe like like 3 months could do it.
6 weeks.
No, I think
6 weeks.
If you go every single day and you follow a training
I'm
protocol.
kind of MAGA though, you know what I mean? Like I have the shoulders and I have like the wingspan, but that's it.
Well, how much? Okay, wait. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Yeah, I haven't weighed myself in a minute, but
that's a personal question.
But I would probably say like, yo, this is crazy, bro. To yell them, don't but like 165.
Okay, so yeah, you could.
Most of the
fight
YNs that they be smashing would be that age, no?
You mean that
less.
weight?
Or that weight.
That's fair. That's fair. Because I do be smashing girls, so they don't have any complaints. So.
Okay,
but I'm not gonna want. Okay, we'll get that after.
I was gonna say you could fight at like either 160, 165, or you could go up to like 170, 175.
Okay, we'll see. Like, we'll see. Still, we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to it.
I feel like, okay, this is my promise to you guys. Once like the proper bag is in, I'm gonna try to get like boxing training indefinitely for all of us.
That'd be so sick.
You know what I'm saying?
I miss my boxing gym, bro. I used to go to one. I love it, bro. Like sometimes like I'll be airboxing at the crib, shadow boxing, and I'll look over. And I got my tats and stuff. So I'll be looking like a UFC fighter in the mirror. I'm like, yo, I gotta do at least one fight before it's all said and
like,
done.
you would look sick still.
I gotta do it.
Low key, if any of the people who watch this podcast own a boxing gym and you want to, do some kind of trade-off or whatever, fam, like, I think any content creator these days, especially ones who talk a lot of smack, should be doing some kind of like training. You know what I'm saying?
And if there's any fighters that can go on that Snoopy Icy card and fight me, I think there's a little bit of enough time.
Look at this guy. Holy.
That'd be mud still.
April 20th.
Yo, you want to fight somebody, eh? Fam, low key, Zar ain't low, eh? This man chirped at the man in the comments like, yo, if you want to pull up, like, I'm ready. Like, yo, you've been dying to knock somebody out, eh?
I like boxing.
Yo, say
I didn't know this about you, fam.
Yeah.
I could hire you as my security?
Yeah.
You'll give me homie rate?
Yeah.
But like,
no guarantee.
But like, don't do homie security. I need you to be ready for it.
No. Yeah, man, getting batted up.
Okay.
Yo, I'm learning something new today about DJ Zar, bro. Zar's ready to whoop a motherfucking ass, bro.
Or I'm just ready to fight. It might not even be an ass whooping. Like, you gotta be
I
ready.
don't know, bro. I feel like the confidence that you have, that I think some asses might get whooped, bro.
No, because even if you dress up in like, when they wear like the suit and shit, I feel like might as well think twice before they try you. The tattoos and like, the bodyguard suit, like, oh shit, that's Secret Service.
Let's do it.
Hey, listen, I'm looking forward to it.
But before we move,
Yes.
what did chat say? Did they want us to call him or?
It was only one person in the chat that said to call, or
So, yeah,
put a
we're
one in
good.
there.
We're good.
I don't think it's necessary. And to be
Yeah.
honest, like, listen, salute to Icy, even though I don't feel like he feels the same. But like, even to call him, I know right now he's probably like hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we've had a productive conversation
I
here.
agree.
We don't want to like make it go left because man might not be in his like. He might not be in a cool place. Cooler heads might not prevail yet.
Yeah, that's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying? So I think last week, and listen, also salute to Jordana. Like, apologies to even bring her anywhere into that also. But like the last episode, I think we handled it maturely.
Yeah.
But I think even this episode here, we handled it maturely as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for the people out there who are like, yo, you guys get on your little podcast every week and just hate on everybody, like, we're growing up, man. We're learning. You know what I'm saying? We're getting nicer. Quick couple of things I want to announce before we get on to our podcast. The Stove God Cook Show is going on in April. That might be right before the fight. That is actually after the fight. Let me pull it up on the screen over here. That is going to be April 26th over at the Phoenix Concert Theater. That is with Stove God Cooks. Opening act is going to be Don Q. That's We Love Hip Hop alumni. There's going to be music by DJ Law, hosted by your boy Friday Ricky Dread. Okay, tickets in the link bio for over there on Roadman Productions Instagram page or at JD Era's Instagram page if you want to get some tickets early. But it's going to be on the 26th of April, and it's going to be sick. All right. Big salute to Stove God Cooks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that show as well. So.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a better one than the last one. Also, we're almost at 50,000 subscribers. Air horns.
I did see that. 49.1, 49.2.
No, 49.2 right now.
But
that's crazy.
So anybody who's watching this right now, okay, please hit that subscribe. All right. If you've been watching for a long time, I'm very guilty of this myself. I'd be watching YouTube channels for years sometimes. And because I watch them so much, they're just always in my algorithm and I just take it for granted and I'm not even subscribed. So please subscribe. All right. Getting into our stories here. Casper TNG made an announcement finally that he is signed to Universal. What's the date today? We're the 25th when we're filming this. He is now announced he signed to Universal maybe 2 days ago, and everybody is acting crazy like this is brand new news. I'll start by congratulations.
Again.
Right? But what do y'all think about, and I'll pull up his announcement, but what do y'all think about him making the announcement now, and then maybe we can ask some other questions after.
I think that they probably shared this announcement as soon as they possibly could have. Perhaps they were finalizing certain aspects of the deal, ensuring that everything went through, all the legal aspects of the deal.
Yeah.
Because I don't see why they would delay their announcement. So, yeah, I think this is more a matter of circumstance as opposed to them purposely withholding this announcement. I think they just want to make sure all their I's were dotted and their T's were crossed. And now they're able to go public fully.
Yeah, it's definitely a formality thing. Because even for the Sexy Red show, I knew, like, obviously before it was announced. And I showed some people. So I feel like it was kind of the same thing where, like, obviously he knew before it would be announced. He showed some people, it gets out,
Yeah.
So there was an unofficial announcement, I guess, but they still want to be able to announce it formally and, like, officially welcome into the UMG family, which is, amazing, which is like, shout out to Broski. Like, that's actually, someone from the city, like, it's just dope. You're just dope. Like, there's nothing bad you could say. Like,
no,
even though mans don't want to give you your props for breaking the news and stuff, like, at least there's news to be broken, regardless of where it's from,
Yes, and that's the most positive part, that, like, the news that was broken is somebody from our scene is about to be able to feed their family and be successful in life, right? So salute to Casper TNG. But why do you think that happened, though? Okay, let's put that aside now, all right? I don't know, they're gonna be like, oh, you fucking narcissist. It's not about you, Friday. It's not about you guys. But why do you think they never said shit like, fam, I'm looking back at some of the thumbnails. They're like a month ago we were talking about this. I had Honcho on the show. We were talking about this. I've seen K Money in our comments, like co-signing, like putting fire emojis about us having conversations about this on Instagram. But none of the blogs reposted this shit, like as if we never said that this guy got signed.
I think, like Natural was saying, it's more of a formality, and I think UMG was just waiting on everything being fully set before announcing it. Probably by the time you heard about it, it was already like 80-85% done, where it was like everything was in the works to get him signed. And maybe they had to wait for like the first check to drop, or like, the first, cycle or something. New quarter, maybe. I don't know.
Look what happened to Dr. Dre when he was about to become billionaire status last decade. The man's on live stream or whatever, and then who was it? Tyrese was in the background, but because he's yapping, he said something about the deal that wasn't supposed to be said, and then they had to go back, renegotiate. Okay, we're not giving you $1 billion no more. We're gonna give you $750 because your man's in the back, yap too much. So I feel like that's probably why maybe his team didn't want to certify anything, because maybe it wasn't certified yet. Maybe there was nothing to certify as of yet. Like it was probably in like its final hour, but.
So I'll tell you guys one thing, and salute to you guys, right? Because very insightful panel, but you're wrong about those things. All right? I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Because, and I don't want to give you my sources, but
it was already done.
It was already done. Okay, when I went and started doing my little looking around behind the scenes, it was confirmed to me it was done. Okay. Also, I'm not asking about why Universal didn't announce it. They don't give a fuck about what We Love Hip Hop is saying. Why didn't the blogs announce what we were saying when we were like, yo, this man got signed? We didn't know what kind of money it was for. It was all this kind of speculation. Nobody traveled that information around, and the information is now confirmed. So we broke this like a month ago, but it was crickets.
There was a couple blog pages that posted about your announcement of it, but why I think they didn't take your like story and run with it was because Casper never confirmed it officially. So I think this is his confirmation of what you had already brought to the light, which is him getting signed, right? So
sounds good.
That, I mean, that's how, if I'm with, even I am kind of a blog page, like it's kind of like if someone announced something, I would message that artist and be like, yo, you didn't even announce this, Friday's saying this, is this true or not? And maybe he's just like, yeah, give it a few days, or yeah, like we're going to make an announcement soon. And perhaps he couldn't do it without their permission. And I guess the blogs, maybe they don't want to give you your credit in a minor sense, but I think it was more so just the channel of information that they received that.
Yeah, it's definitely both. It's definitely, okay, the main source, like we didn't hear it from the horse's mouth. And also because it's Friday, yeah, we're not running with it still.
Yeah, because if Axe said the same thing, hey, Casper TNG,
sure.
He got signed, I think it might be a 6-figure deal.
Everywhere.
It would have been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But, we not only did I didn't even think I brought it up on the live stream first. I think I brought it up here with us first. We had a discussion. Then I brought it up with on the live stream. Then I brought it up with Honcho. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been information that we've been just pushing through the algorithm.
Yeah.
The thumbnails of us talking about this, they're not like videos that didn't do well. They did well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think there's a concerted effort. And listen, salute to Casper TNG. This is not even about him at this point. This is about just a little bit of like the issue that's been going on for a space of time between us and the blogs. Or maybe me and the blogs. I don't know.
Nah, it's definitely us.
I think now it's us. It's us.
Yeah.
Us. It was us.
It was us.
Yeah, definitely. Because like, even the altercation that I had, certain blogs was like teaming up with bro.
Yeah.
To kind of paint, we love hip hop weirdos. You know what I mean? But it's just like
the pylon.
Yeah. But that's just how the city is. You know what I mean? Like,
why though, fam? Like, okay, I could understand, because there's always a root to the shit, right? The root to maybe me and the Toronto blogs that have issues with me is the whole 6 Sounds thing and the page getting packed from, I don't know, 2 years ago or whatever. And then thinking that I was the one who got Canadian Underground Kings pack, which is not true.
Yeah.
Right? But that's old shit. That's how many years ago, fam? What's up with you guys? You guys is just guilty by association?
I don't think it's as much Czar.
No, I get caught up in it. And the only blogs that have like an issue with me, I think, are Keep Six Solid, maybe Six Buzz, but Keep Six Solid for sure. I think it's because Keep Six Solid sees me like interviewing Canada First protesters.
Oh yeah,
and he sees me as like, oh, like you're white, and like these guys have a white guy, and this is what he's doing. And I think it's more of like an association like that. Even though my mom's Muslim, bro. She's part of the Ummah. So yo, you have to allow the man them.
Yo, I don't know. Think they believe that, fam. I think they might think you're like on some like a caker.
I think they think that, but it's good because I go to bed knowing I'm not. You know
but, yeah, bro.
For me, all our Anglo-Saxons out there.
For me, it's definitely not that deep. I just feel like I have provocative opinions. I have hot takes. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people, you know, because even me, there's certain personalities. Because of their opinions, I don't like them. You know what I mean? Like, I just think they're idiots. And it's fair. Like, I probably have certain takes where man's probably think, okay, Natural is a fucking idiot and I'm never going to like this guy no matter what he says.
Yeah.
And that's completely fine because there's going to be people on the other side of the aisle, you know? So it's unfortunate that some of the blogs, I don't feel that way, but, you know, it's all good because we have platforms too that are powerful, motherfucker.
Fam, it's actually getting to the point where, like, before it used to feel low-key, but now it's like blatant, fam. Like, and I don't want to say it's Keep Six. I'm just saying, like, any of these blogs, like, bro, I'll give you another example, just to take it away from Casper, but just to show you that it's like there's a pattern, fam. It's a trend. Big salute to What's the Dirt. I got him on a call. He said, hey, Drake requested Casper TNG's The Market. That was the only song he requested. I reposted this on Instagram because I knew it was a hot clip.
Another thing you broke.
Thank you. Crickets.
Or even when we had that whole Drake T.I. urination story.
Hold on, that's one thing. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. What's the Dirt made a video, and I know it was by request. Hold on. And then that video was the one that got posted everywhere. Oh my God, What's the Dirt is talking about just on the microphone. Hey, you know, Drake requested this to market. No. He said it first on my live stream.
Yeah.
Okay? But the only thing that got circulated, Keep Six Solid being the first, right? Was the clip of him saying it on his own.
Jeez.
It's kind of weird because, okay, say you're one of these blog pages, right? The only reason I wouldn't post someone is because I either don't like them or I feel like if I post them, I'm being intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't want to put them on because they might outshine me. But in other situations, if you know you're a guy and you have this platform, why would you withhold it from like relevant news information? Which just leads me to believe that they dislike you.
I didn't think that was the case, but like, fam, after a while, once you start seeing things over and over again, and then the only time, like, really and truly, and don't get it twisted, there's a lot of blogs that I collaborate with on a regular basis. Big salute to Six Block TV and there's another one that I'm always collaborating.
Drip Room
I collaborate with on a regular, but like I'm constantly collaborating Hood 6 TV, right? So I'm not gonna say it's them, right? But there's a lot of other blogs that, fam, I'm like, bro, I can actually see this shit because when you finally do post anything, it's never a podcast related or something that we broke on a live or I broke on a live stream or whatever. It's negative. Like, it's some negative, let's clown these niggas, ha, 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 ha. Finally time to laugh, you know what I'm saying? Let's meme them in some kind of way. It's weird, fam. Like, and I'm a big proponent of bringing each other up, okay? Or I wouldn't be accepting collabs, right? But if we were really to like just bring each other up instead of doing this, oh, if I put any light on them, it's gonna take something from my algorithm. We'd be way further, fam.
That lady that you posted in the group chat, she's a singer. What's her name?
Layla Day.
Layla Day. Okay, so in her post that you shared, she mentioned that Toronto is a city full of observers, not supporters.
Facts.
That is very much captured in essence by what you're saying, where they'll pre all your content to make sure that, you know, either they can use something you're saying or maybe you're providing some sort of exclusive information. But besides that, they're not trying to support you. They'll only post you if they have to. Like, last resort, we'll post Friday.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the post right over here. This is the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So every day, artists in Toronto are fighting to stay motivated and keep going, and it's getting harder to watch.
So much talent here.
So can you see that on the screen?
Yeah,
now?
I woke up this morning and saw 2 incredibly talented artists say that they want to quit, not pivot, not take a break, quit. And I deeply understood because I too have been contemplating.
Damn.
This isn't coming from hate. It's coming from honesty because something is truly off in this ecosystem. Let's stop pretending that this city doesn't drain its artists because it does. The industry here doesn't reward the best. It rewards the easiest to package, control, and explain on paper. You can spend years perfecting your sound and still lose opportunities to someone who just checks the right boxes this year. Everybody's a publisher for R&B acts until it's time to actually move R&B records. Agencies promise shows and throw you on a lineup that makes 0 sense and all it exposure.
Let me find the part where she's talking about the thing.
Keep going.
And support culture or lack of one. People know what you're doing. They're watching. But it's like pulling teeth to get people to show up for some of our local artists. We'll go to the next one. But let Mariah the Scientist pull up and everyone has money. Everyone's outside and it's okay to eat ramen for a month. And then one more. Toronto is full of supporters who are actually just observers.
No, but even the point that she made before, right? The one right here, and support culture or lack of one. People know what they're doing. They're watching. Because she's like, they're not even like innocently doing it or like, I didn't even know I wasn't supporting fam. Like, nah, fam, man, know what they're doing. They're like, they'll wait till Mariah the Scientist pops up and then all of a sudden their bread pops up. But if it's Layla Day, I don't get paid this week. But next time you do a show, I'll show up.
Well, to be honest, like, there is a lot of gatekeepers in this city.
How?
Speaking as a DJ who has been gate kept against, you know what I mean? Like, you really do have to kind of fight tooth and nail, and you have to provide exorbitant value if you don't have these relationships with certain people. Like,
yeah.
Like, it is kind of crazy. Fortunately, due to social media, you could kind of go around it now. But yeah, in Toronto, I couldn't imagine being an artist right now still.
Yeah, because like when you say gatekeep, I do understand once you made the point of being a DJ because you guys have to go outside and do gigs. So somebody can gatekeep you from being able to perform at that gig, and that's fucked up. But like as far as like being able to blow up, nobody can gatekeep the internet.
Yeah, and that's why I do agree with the support culture out here. But to the artists that quit, I think that just frees up space for the people who really want it still.
Yeah.
I think the gatekeeping comes more from your team than people gatekeeping potential fans. It's more like, okay, say you're doing a show in the city. There's only like a select few elite promoters that will be able to deliver a show up to a certain standard.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about gatekeeping opportunities. Like, sometimes like something will come across someone's desk and they'll be like, yo, Zara would be the perfect person for this. But because he does those fucking Canada First interviews, I'm not linking him. Like that's what it is.
Direct gatekeeping.
Like that's what it is out here, bro. Like and again, I'm speaking for direct experience, bro. Bro, I am a dancehall DJ who gets millions of views. If you want me to promote your party, I can guarantee you thousands of views and shit.
Yeah.
But there are people who do dance hall events and then they will never book me just because I said certain things or they don't blah, 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 you know? And that's just what it is out here, you know?
I feel like it's like that everywhere though. It's almost just like fundamental networking where it's like, you know, your net worth is your network. And You know?
Yeah.
If you're cool with someone, like if someone wanted to hit me up, like say I got a contract and they're like, okay, we need you to get like a videographer, right? And like I'll make some money in the videographer. I'm probably gonna go to like my boy.
Exactly.
I'll probably go to Was, you know, big up
Yeah.
Was the sauce. Like you know, because he's my boy, I'm closest with him. Are there better videographers? Potentially. There's probably someone with a better camera, someone who, you know, but it's like, okay, you can deliver at least the minimum required quality that I need. And like, I'm cool with you more importantly.
But that's the thing. You said, okay, you could deliver the minimum required quality.
Yeah.
I just feel like for business, sometimes that's not always the best way to go about it. Okay, let's say a client reaches out to you and says, I want to get this done, blah, blah, blah. You're not like, let's say you don't know Jake, you know Was. You know Jake will get the absolute best quality, but you're cool with Was, and Was will, and obviously Was will do the best quality. This is just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
If you go with Jake, you might impress that client so much that client keeps coming to you, and then now you have a forever link. But because you went to Was, and I'm not discouraging anybody to go to Was, please go to Was.
Yeah, hypothetically.
But hypothetically, you went to Was, and then he just gave the minimum, blah, blah, blah. And then now the client's just like, okay, that was cool, but I'm just going to work with someone else next time.
Don't say the minimum. He did the maximum of what he's able to do with what he has.
Exactly.
And maybe Jake and them have like a whole studio and a bunch of other shit.
What I was saying is like the minimum quality required to like get the job done. So it's like sufficient.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. And unfortunately, it should be more of a meritocracy where it's like, no, like in this example, Jake is the more qualified candidate. I just don't think that's how humans socially operate. I think we should operate like that because it's more mathematical, where it's like, look, I don't care who's my friend, like who can get the job done the best, you know? Like, that's usually how it should be.
That's how I operate.
But I think when it comes to like money and trust, like other things besides merit or skill come into play. Like your character comes into play, your personality. Trust, I think, is a big one. Loyalty.
And low-key, I think that's why the Toronto industry isn't thriving as much as it could be, because there are a lot of people who have the talents, but because they're not as cool, they don't have the relationship, they're not going to get the look. Regardless of, even if they're known, you know, like they're just not going to get it because they're not cool with whoever.
And you know what's crazy is being cool with who you need to be cool with almost requires your like worldview to adapt to the dominant group. You know, like say there's like a select few people, like, okay, they call the shots. They see where the money's going. Like, you kind of have to align with them socially and politically. And the moment they find out you don't, they might still be cool with you, but all of a sudden you're not getting like the full experience of their network. You know?
Yeah, no.
They're like, oh, he's like a little conservative, like, or like he doesn't believe in this, or like he said this.
Yeah, and our city is very I don't know. They do this a lot. They do this. I call it hood nepotism. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe I don't even want to put OVO's name in it. Okay, but for example, let's say like a big label that is able to put on different people, right? A lot of the times they'll be like, you know what? I'm not gonna put on the best person that would probably like be able to do the best job rapping or whatever. They're gonna do the one that they know demand them from their crew or whatever.
Trust.
Some kind of relationship from back in the days. And then that's the best choice for us. But it might not be the best choice musically.
And I'm not even gonna lie, even
and I'm not talking about OVO. I'm just giving like a hypothetical, okay? So relax.
And even with literally all the shows, like the show in Vancouver, I know the promoter, and I literally linked him, and I said, "Yo, put me on this show, bro. Like, on some type, I'll be real. I'm like, yo, you don't even have to pay for. I'll get my own flight. I want to be on the show. Just pay me the normal rate you pay me in Toronto, and I'll be over there." Type shit. The Sexy Red, like I know the promoter that's doing it, and like they contacted me, you know, because man, them have it like that. But still, like I know them, so that's why like they didn't just reach out to me out of the blue type shit. So I'm not even gonna go on like I don't benefit from relationships as well, you know.
No, real talk. Listen, I again, this was a Casper TNG segment. I wanted to separate him getting his Universal deal because it's congratulations on that no matter what.
Yeah.
But I just found it just really fishy, just the way that the blogs move with us. It's not the first time I brought it up, but every time I see another example, like you just brought up before with the T.I. and the Drake story, that was like a blatant one. But this one, it's happening again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna act like we ain't got microphones and I ain't gonna call it out because y'all ain't got microphones. Y'all just post. You know what I'm saying? But like I can actually like we can sit here and say words like we can see what you're doing. You know what I'm
I just
saying?
feel like we just have to continue what we're doing. Like I see the trajectory we're on. We just have to continue being undeniable. You know, like regardless, people have to react to what we're doing, you know, positive or negative.
Yeah.
You know, so we just keep building and then eventually like people are gonna have to jump on board.
No, facts. Getting into some of these other stories I have here because there's been a lot of interviews that's dropped lately. Okay. I'll go through a list of interviews that we're gonna go over. There's the J. Cole interview with Cameron. Jay-Z has an interview, and Young Miami has an interview. And we're not gonna go over the Usher one, but Usher has an interview too, fam.
PR, everyone's in PR crisis right now.
Okay, can we talk about that? Can we unpack that for a quick second before we get to the J. Cole Cameron? What the fuck's going on? Why is everybody getting in front of microphones and sitting whoever they want to sit with at the same damn time?
They want to distract the black people. That's my theory.
From what?
Yo, y'all tell me, bro.
Iran and stuff?
I don't know. It just sounded good in my head.
The war was supposed to distract us from the files. I just feel like, okay, first quarter is done. Artists are starting to rev up now.
Yeah.
We need to go outside soon. These narratives are getting out of control. We need to fix this.
Yes.
And in the case of Jay-Z, what I found very interesting, and let me know if you guys have noticed this, Jay-Z has changed his name on Spotify.
Yeah. He put like a little like 2 dots above the Y.
Above the Y. And
yes.
I think he even changed some of his cover art. So it was just such a random, but calculated decision. And now he's kind of doing PR cleanup on the R-word case that he was charged with, but he was never convicted.
He doesn't want, when you search up Jay-Z, all this next stuff pops up.
Yeah.
He's doing shows now too.
Yeah.
The first thing that pop up now is that Rolling Stone interview. Okay, which one do y'all want to get into first? Jay-Z, J. Cole and Cameron, or Young Miami?
I'll never want to get into Young Miami.
You want to get in there?
I wouldn't get in there still.
Might smell like pee.
And we could do Jay-Z first. We're already talking about him.
Okay, so salute to Jay-Z and pause. Okay, so Jay-Z, he speaks. I have a clip here. I think I have it timestamped. I do.
What did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like. That's presumptuous. I think that there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right?
Yep.
There's breakdancing.
Yep.
And it's graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Breakdance is not at the forefront of rap anymore. It's actually an Olympics sport. So that's dead. Graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful, in certain places.
Yeah.
And even in major art and Keith Haring.
Yeah.
And Basquiat, actually, a street artist.
Yep.
Took it to a next level. It's not part of hip hop. DJing. The DJ was in the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right, yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
You don't even know the DJ for half of the artists anymore. Who's Drake DJ? I have no
Future.
idea. Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
Come on now.
That no longer exists. And the last pillar is battling. We love the excitement. And I love the sparring and the music you get. But in this day and age,
We love hip hop.
it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Talk about it.
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now
We love hip hop.
people that like Kendrick hate Drake,
Yeah.
no matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like
I'm gonna
if
play
I
the
love
extended
that.
clip.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know
love
if it's
hip-hop.
helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. You know, maybe I've grown in a space that probably, you know, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing
Yes.
as far as like sparring with
That might be the
music.
title. No, I'm playing.
And with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And, you know, you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
Like they're
to
still
take,
talking about it.
It's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like trying to, you know, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
We love hip hop.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Oh shit!
I hate that I have this point of view. I do because I know what it
So we have to
sounds
get to the
like. I know
extended
what it
clip.
feels like.
Hold on.
I hate it.
It's almost done.
It's just how I feel about
Well,
it.
it even kind of extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's not.
Like I don't have what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
I think it was the right choice.
In some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's almost like not just me. By the way, they drag everybody in it. Like everyone's part of this conspiracy to.
This is the end. The end is coming right here.
Undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm fucking Jay-Z.
I'm fucking Jay-Z.
That's a bar.
All due respect to
That's
him.
a bar.
I'm fucking
That's a bar.
old.
That's a bar. Everything you said before that was some bullshit.
This guy said we should stop doing rap battles.
Hold on. You're playing the wrong one. You should be playing Super Ugly.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
worse.
Yeah. But okay. So thoughts. Said maybe y'all went too far, or they went too far. The battle or the culture can't accept battling anymore on his face.
Who put condoms in whose baby's seat?
He put condoms on Nas's baby mom's baby seat, or Nas's car in his baby seat.
So like, what are you talking about going too far? I just think his age was showing this whole clip until the end, and then he dropped the bar.
But he did apologize during that time. His mom made him apologize. He did a press conference, and he had to take that shit back.
Yeah, perhaps because he's been through it, he can reflect in hindsight
Yeah.
and say that it's not a good decision. And I hear what he's saying about how social media amplifies the consequences of a rap battle more than before.
Yeah.
Does it though? Because Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion did a rap battle, and like it was just fire. You know what I mean? Joey Badass and them LA niggas did a rap battle. It's only because it's Drake and Kendrick, literally the two behemoths of rap. This has been brewing for like a decade in the making. Like this is gonna be a colossal thing. Man, like, yo, why are people still talking about this? Is like seeing Superman and Batman going at it live, and like if they pulled up on Earth, nigga, like we're gonna be talking about it. Fam.
But I also see from the perspective that he's coming from as Jay-Z, fucking Jay-Z, right? Like you went to war, you did the same thing. You and Nas were the top of the food chain as far as the rap game. You went and had a big ass battle. It got nasty, but they were still able to come out on the other side, and everybody was watch them get on stage together and everything. Like they didn't have social media to make it as bad as it can be now.
I just think social media makes it more visibly divisive, where, they were referring to the stan cults, the Drake fans versus the Kendrick fans, and that element of like the defamation and stuff.
And you could bot those that following too. Like part of that following was revealed that like a bunch of those accounts were like from India and all over the place talking
On
about
both
pro-blackness.
On both, there's many, but that's just the bots for everything. What I was gonna say is, okay, before this whole battle, there were stands on both sides that didn't rock with the other side. Like there was people who were dead set that like Drake is this, Drake is there. There's people that hated Drake before the battle, and there's people that hated Kendrick before the battle. You know what I mean? So like I just feel like the internet is gonna blow up everything. I just don't think that we should discard battling just because of this.
I agree that we shouldn't discard battling, but I also agree that the internet has taken battling to another degree. Like it kind of started showing its early signs with the back-to-back Meek Mill thing, when like Drake was able to come with an amazing song that played in the club, but he was out memeing him too.
But didn't the game when he was because not when he beefed with 50 Cent, he beefed with someone else, then he beat them up or whatever, and then he put that on video, and then he made
40 cal.
Yeah, and then he made like a music video, then he made a DVD and handed it out. So I feel like before the internet, man, them still had their like tactics, like their war tactics, you know? Like,
that was on the internet. Right, it was like World Star that reposted it and stuff like that.
I mean, like before social media. Before social media, man, them still had their tactics and stuff. So
yeah, it was like early like Facebook, MySpace type shit. Like there was only really YouTube that you can like just upload that video straight to. You know what I'm saying? But still, like now, bro, you can go and just go crazy on your live stream and say some wild shit before freaking you guys even get to getting into the booth. You know what I'm saying? And the battle can go from there. Look at the drill rappers, bro. Half of their lore happens online before they even make their songs that are talking about the people a lot of times after they're dead.
That's different though. Drill is different. That's different. I agree that drill is definitely detrimental to hip hop.
But it's still kind of like a battle rap part of like hip hop. Like you guys are battling each other just in a real dark way. You know what I'm saying?
It's a subsection of it, but like I wouldn't say, oh, get rid of battling as a whole. Because he's even talking about, oh, break dancing isn't happening anymore. When like literally niggas are dancing on TikTok all day to rap music, bro. Yeah. All of the dances that are going viral, it's not like ballet or something. It's like urban dances that Black creators are making to urban hip hop music. You know? DJ, the man saying DJing, it doesn't exist anymore. We're like, okay, a lot of rappers, you don't know the DJs, but Future from Atlanta, him and DJ Esco had the craziest run. You know what I mean? So like even Drake and Future, like Future the DJ or whatever.
Yeah, Future the Prince.
So like, I don't know, I just feel like he's just on some old man shit, bro.
Well, he is like almost 60 also, right? So, but I think he's making some good points, but he also is having some old head moments. And I think he kind of pointed those out. Like I might be sounding like the old head. Yeah. He should also said he might be sounding like the hypocrite when he was saying like mans went too far, like you guys were saying earlier with the youths and all that, because like literally that's exactly where he went as soon as like shit wasn't going well for him with Ether, because he dropped Takeover. They were already battling, they were doing their back and forth, right? And then Ether and Takeover were like the two defining songs of, okay, who's won this battle? And Ether came out on top. And he couldn't let it go. And he came with the super ugly. So it's like, he really like, you could have let it go and just, you know, said, okay, I took that L, I'm still Jay-Z. Yeah. But you ended up going past your mark, basically. Yeah. And saying, yeah, condoms on the baby seat. And then had to pull it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck. I don't know. He should be saying it from the perspective like, yeah, I went too far. And maybe you guys are doing it now too.
I feel like he's only saying this because he's trying to get in the good graces of like certain demographics. So like he's not gonna be proponent like perpetuating old battling and like divisiveness and violence and all this next stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to have some good PR, good headlines. So
quick fast before we get off of the Jay-Z interview, what do you guys think about him talking about the case in the beginning of the interview? Dude asked him like, how are you feeling? Did you guys get a chance to see the whole interview?
Yeah.
He was like, yo, how you feeling? And he just jumped right to, Oh, I'm glad you asked. I haven't been feeling so great. Like that Busby and all those guys, like, yo, that shit it had me upset. He said he was mad. Like, what do y'all think about that, man?
I think it kind of proves that the entire goal of the interview was calculated PR. And it was probably the case was one of the talk points, the Drake versus Kendrick situation, Kendrick Super Bowl. I think all of those were intentionally set by Jay-Z or his team. And then they found a journalist that they like and trust. And now Jay-Z has this interview with him wearing bottom grills, looking, young, but old. And I do think he's trying to get into good graces with certain demographics and kind of, in a way, rebrand himself.
That's interesting for a man to want to rebrand himself almost at 60 years old.
Well, he kind of has to. The narrative right now is you're on the list, and you're using your Rock Nation minions to wreak havoc on the industry, so you can get certain agendas across. Like, you have to clean that up, broski.
Yeah, you're muting bloggers, you're doing all types of shit, giving bloggers copyrights.
Yeah.
Well, listen, salute to Hove, I guess. I don't know, maybe is that a bad thing to salute to Hove? Like, it's weird now, fam. Like, I love Jay-Z's music, bro. Listen to a lot of Jay-Z over my lifetime, fam. So like now to be in 2026 and I feel weird saying salute to Hove, like
I don't think you should feel weird still. Like, Hove is still a legend. Like, the man had 1 million people waiting in the queue for his shows.
Yes.
So I just feel like he just needs to continue the PR. He'll be able to change the narrative eventually. Just Ak was just doing too many live streams exposing Rock Nation still. Like, it was just getting too crazy. Like, like the man was going behind the veil, bro. Like, I'm watching it like, wait, Rock Nation did what? To who? Like, Ak has like Grand Wizard or whatever, like some random meme page in Australia, and Rock Nation was even trying to forward over there to try to get the man.
Yeah.
So like he just has to change the narrative, and I think it's gonna work. He has people like Joe Budden and those like talking heads that are gonna spew whatever propaganda that they need to.
Charlemagne.
A lie?
Yeah. Well, listen, man, salute to Rock. It's the Rock. All right? Don't come for us. You know what I'm saying? Small network.
Now that we're talking about PR, low-key, Kanye is going crazy too.
With what? Just like the concert stuff? Because he hasn't been doing much, I see.
Yo, Bully's about to drop Friday. And he's doing a concert, like a live listening as well. And even for his show, they had like almost 1 million people waiting in the queues. So
yeah. And that's the LA shows.
Yep.
Well, the Rock is back, man.
Yep.
Maybe, they can get Beans in there and they can have a Rockefeller reunion, man.
But Kanye's up, J. Cole.
This guy. So he finally sat with Cameron. I listened to the interview on the way here. There's some clips, I guess, that are now available on like the YouTube channel, on the Revolt channel, bro. Did you guys listen to any of the interview?
I saw clips.
Yeah, I saw clips as well.
You saw clips, right? The full interview, it was really good. In comparison to the one that I saw on like Salute to Nadeska.
Yeah, she's beautiful, but
yeah,
I fell asleep to that shit, fam.
That shit was boring as hell, man. I can't even lie. But
it was good on mute.
Yeah. But J. Cole sitting with Cameron, he addressed some shit.
My girl can't be a stylist neither.
Right? Let me see if I can pull up the part where they might have it timestamped, hopefully, where he finally gets into the Drake Kendrick stuff. Oh, perfect. They have it written on the bottom.
Oh, they're smart.
Sickos.
Like, nigga, I was, and still to this day, like,
I'm
not going to play professional in Africa because I'm
sick when you do that, Cam.
Thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like, enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit.
That's why Cam's my favorite rapper, bro. He's smart.
It wasn't shots too when you really listen to that song. It was the control song you talking about. It's like you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But the world at that time, it felt like the energy of it felt like a shot. You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, nah, it's nothing disrespectful in there. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. There was something before. Now you was gonna ask me how did I feel when
I'm about to ask you, elaborate. I want you to be elaborate.
Cameron did a great job with this interview too.
And if I don't got it right, check me to make sure not Cam. It didn't happen like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Metro Boomin track just came out, or not just now, been a couple years now. When you first heard it, how did you feel about it?
All right, 2 reactions. One, I got probably about an hour or 2 before somebody hit me and said it. The way they worded it was like, yo, Kendrick, boom, 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 right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thrown off right there.
Right.
Automatically, I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
And then mentally I go to like, wait, I know we good. I just spoke, boom, boom. Like,
right.
Now I'm trying to think like, damn, did I do this? I'm not even hearing the song. I don't know what the fuck he gonna say. You know what I mean? Like. So I'm like, damn, did something happen? Did I do something? Did I say something? Boom, boom. Like, I'm confused almost. Like, not knowing what the song's gonna be, only knowing what somebody, you know how this shit go. Yeah. You send your shit to Spotify or something, and then somebody at Spotify listen to the shit early, then they send a message to somebody. Somehow somebody knew, and it got out, and then it made its way to me.
Gotcha.
So an hour or 2 before, mind you, I go to sleep. I sleep by motherfucking 10 o'clock most nights, 9:30 damn near. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me stay up and hear what this is. You know what I mean? So I listen to it, and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard-ass verse.
This guy's always gobbling.
The beat crazy, the song is ill. And I'm like, he went crazy.
Hey, that's for you, J. Cole.
First reaction. Because I don't know what I'm listening for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, that shit's tough.
Right.
My second reaction is, not now, nigga.
Right.
My second reaction is like it's, no, nigga, this is inconvenient for me.
Gotcha.
And can I explain to you why?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be long-winded, but let me explain to you
Take your
why.
time. This is why we're here.
Right at that time, I had just
Sounds
got
like a
off
J.
tour
Cole
with Drake.
song about to
I
happen.
went on tour with Drake. We did that.
We love hip hop.
And I had Might Delete Later in the Chamber, which was the project that you on as a mixtape.
Right.
And then I had the Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, the Fall Off.
Okay,
right?
hold on. No disrespect to J. Cole, okay? I'm gonna fast forward it a bit because like bro does get super long-winded, and I got to hear the whole thing. It took him forever. Like he meandered the fuck out of that freaking story before he got to the point. So I fast forwarded it a little bit. And
thank Jah. And yo, everybody subscribe just for that, bro. Show some appreciation.
I was like, why is Friday putting us through this?
I know, right? My bad, gang.
There's something I'm leaving out, which is when that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation. From me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom, it ended up being, that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me.
Right.
And this is why. If you would have heard me talk about the Fall Off at that time for like months before, me and Eve.
Okay.
Me and Eve
We
like
don't care
this,
about
like
that part
creatively,
either, but
so
okay.
I can know.
Right.
And so for 3 months straight, probably from like December, January, February, every time I sat down to write, I couldn't write shit. Like nothing was, I couldn't get
Writer's
past
block.
this.
Right.
So that's the energy that that's the energy I'm sitting in when this verse happens from him.
Gotcha.
So my thought goes, first of all, this verse is crazy. It's hard.
Right.
But it's also like, damn, nigga.
Damn,
this
nigga.
shit is inconvenient.
Very
like
inconvenient.
it's terrible timing.
Gotcha.
And on top of that, my next thought, and this is what led me to everything that came after that, which I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I can't even say they're mistakes.
Right.
Because it's like, I really believe that like, oh, that's how it had to happen for me. Like God knew that like I would do this and boom, boom. But basically my next thought was like, all right, fuck. What you gonna do? Because my phone is blowing up immediately. Nah, nigga. Like, please press the button.
Yeah.
Like that's the energy from niggas that love me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yo, press the button, boom, boom. In reality, do I actually feel any sort of, when I listen to that verse that day, do I feel any sort of like, damn nigga, what you say?
Right.
Why you say there wasn't no disrespect in there? And at least for me, you know what I mean? That I didn't listen to that and be like, damn, nigga said what?
Right.
Nigga said I was XYZ. You know what I mean? It was, my feeling was like, fuck. Because now I know this shit that you've been working on for 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna paraphrase for Long Talking Cole. All right. He basically goes on to say, like, yes, he was stressed out. He basically didn't really mean what he said to Kendrick. He didn't have that kind of energy. But then moving forward, like, and if he was to enter into the battle, now everybody has to pick a side, Drake and Cole or Kendrick. And he didn't want to be in that position. So he backed out. And when he backed out, him and his wife cried together, but he felt better. And he was able to make his Might Delete Letter cool, or whatever, his new album cool. But he said now moving forward, it kind of sucks to see these guys because he loves to see Kendrick getting all of the Super Bowl accolades and, you know, the song and his new album doing so great. But it's at the strength of Drake's quote unquote demise in ways. And he knows that even him saying, yo, I like that might be hurting Drake. And he's like, I know Iceman's going to be fire, but I just don't like the way that, you know, they did bro. And I haven't called both, or I spoke to them both behind the scenes, but I never really spoke to them too tough.
That's the worst friend to have, bro.
Yeah.
It's the worst friend to have, dog.
I feel like even my explanation sounded flip-floppy, bro.
Like you're gonna chill with me and then you're gonna go chill with my direct op. Nah, bro. Don't even forward around me, fam. What are you guys gonna go talk about?
Yeah, but like also his perspective of like I didn't really mean what I was saying about bro. So like why should I even step into the battle? Like, doesn't that have any merit?
Okay. Well, what did he say? He doesn't mean what he said. Like, all he said was like his albums weren't classic and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He didn't even go crazy on him. So like, what, he didn't mean that? Like, okay, in a battle, like, it's just supposed to be, you just dissing the nigga. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it was just lame, bro. Like, it wasn't even, at that point, it wasn't even mudslinging yet. It was just like lyrical prowess. And you, all three of them niggas stand on lyrical prowess. Who's the best? I'm the best. Man said, oh, we're top three, but I feel like Muhammad Ali. Then when it's time for a fight, Muhammad Ali is not gonna back down. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think what J. Cole realized, or maybe what he saw, was this was going to become a far bigger battle than just Kendrick versus Drake. Like, it almost became us versus them. You know, it was almost like an internal like black war with like light skin versus dark skin. Like, you know
what happened? He dropped that diss track and it didn't hit the way he thought it was gonna hit, bro.
And maybe then he started to see the comments and stuff, like,
because people were
about
like, "What do you mean To Pimp a Butterfly is not a classic, though? Like, what do you mean by that?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're just making shit up now.
You know what I mean? And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, all right. Let me just." Then you put a natural, so he's like, "All right, guys, I'm going to take back my statements."
Man,
I'm gonna delete that track.
You know, like similar to Jay-Z, J. Cole is kind of trying to do some PR here, some damage control. I think he's very well aware that he kind of burned his name in hip hop, or at least in the online space.
Yeah.
So maybe this is his way of trying to like take accountability, but also humanize himself in a way that lets people understand him. Like, okay, like he didn't mean it. Like, he said it was a good decision for himself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think he's trying to like win back some hearts.
And you're also, just before you go natural, he's also is very much the same as Jay-Z, because he's like, look at where battling has gone these days. And they didn't even, I don't feel that way about bro. And now all these guys are picking sides. He's basically saying the same thing that Jay-Z said in his interview. Like, he's not built for the shit that's happening in 2026.
Yeah, he also said, we spoke a few times. Like, he's referring to both Kendrick and Drake. Like, he's spoken to them a few times.
Post-battle.
Yeah, post-battle.
Yeah.
But he doesn't feel comfortable reaching out to them, and they haven't really been reaching out to him. And it's like, well, duh, nigga. Like, what would you expect? Like,
and what did you do? Did you send them a text message? Did you send them a DM? Like, you have both of their phone numbers, but you decided to DM them instead?
Yeah.
I know he sent Drake a long ass light skin type of message. He's like, yo, bro, I honestly can't sleep right now thinking about this. We used to be so cool, man.
Yeah, me and my wife hugged and cried together. Like, that's a thing he said in the last interview and this interview.
Drake better use that in his lyrics. Like, had you crying with your wife, hope it was worth it.
Yo, because Drake, when he was in the sleep, Drake said, I know Cole loses sleep on this. It ain't me.
He was really losing sleep, though. He was right.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, like J. Cole fans, bro. I don't know, dog. It's just like pacifist energy. Like, it's not, like you don't feel energized to go with your guy. Like, I don't
hold on. Why is it that the fans' fault? Wasn't it just put it on J. Cole?
I just feel like the fans are reflective of the artist type shit,
Damn, bro. I'm a fan of J. Cole. I'm not. I'm ready for war, bro.
You're still like a fan, dedicated fan. You consider so?
I won't call myself a dedicated fan. I didn't listen to the new album like that. I didn't like it like that. And I think like the fan of J. Cole, they like anything he does.
Yeah.
Nah, because like I feel like I used to be a fan of J. Cole, and his music is still good objectively. But I think when you're a fan of an artist, it's really like something more about their spirit and their work.
Yeah.
That kind of resonates with you. It's not just their music. It's like who they are, who they represent.
Yeah.
So before I felt like he was a good representation of humans. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you should be.
Because he has those tracks, like Crooked Smile and stuff, where he's talking, and love yourself, embrace who you are, and so like that's his fan base, you know. Where it's like, if it's not sitting right with your spirit, Cole, then I completely understand why you would throw a rock. And then I feel like low-key, J. Cole making the first diss track kind of forced Drake's hand because Kendrick, you know, he drops like that. Cole and Drake could have just like not responded and it would have been that.
Yeah.
But because Cole responded and then retracted it, everyone's kind of looking at Drake where it's like, all right, nigga, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I guess I got to fight.
You know what I mean? So like, it's kind of literally kind of now Drake has to go out there. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
and by the time he got into the fight, this guy was already on the stage like, yeah, I'm going to take it back.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, that's the thing with Cole. It's like his spirit as an artist or as an MC kind of like died with him that night. I feel,
he got like pussy spirit now, man.
Like now I kind of just see him as like, okay, like you're obviously like poetic and a lyrical person, but that MC spirit that like a lot of other rappers have, like I just don't think he has that anymore.
The competitive spirit, basically.
Yeah, like that. Because before it was like, okay, you're like a thoughtful, intelligent rapper, but you can also go off if you need to.
Yeah,
so you had
yeah,
that, you know, that was the respect, you know. And then when you lose that, now it's like, okay, you're just a lyrical, like, you know, artist at this point. It's kind of like, what do you represent? Yeah, he's a little mesquite.
When I say this, I mean this completely respectful, and I hope they take this respectfully. But when I see J. Cole, I kind of see like a Mustafa the Poet type nigga. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, because like even their fan bases are low-key kind of the same. Like enough East African shotties love off of J. Cole, bro.
They do.
And like they also love like a Mustafa the Poet. Like when I would go to like Rise, like even the poetry showcases that I DJ, a lot of those like East African baddies be there. You know what I mean? Because they're into like the holistic, the spiritual. You know what I mean? So that's completely. I hope they take that respectfully.
You know who else?
Don't worry, passengers. We're experienced a few turbulence, but we'll be getting through the turbulence real soon.
You know who else has a crazy? You know who else has a crazy East African female fan base? Drizzy.
Yeah, he does.
Habesha girls love Drake.
Yeah,
and I hear he loves the Habesha girls.
He sprinkles a few lines in there.
You know?
Yeah, but he's ready to go to war. You know what I'm saying? And I'll put some defense for Mustafa the Poet. I do understand like the correlation that you're making with the fan base, but Mustafa the Poet was disimpressing them, man. Like he even made it like a singing verse about it and shit like that.
But wasn't he like killing them with kindness type shit?
Not really, fam. I thought he would do that, and then he kind of like took us for a loop, bro. We were like, "Yo, fam, why is man sing this in niggas, bro?"
But
like,
it was still
on.
singing, like it was still like you were dissing.
Kind of like the Weeknd. You got your shooters doing TikToks.
What are they supposed to do? They're singers. They're singer niggas.
You know, and didn't when he go at top 5, he was like, oh, like he took like this is what you're doing to the community and blah blah blah. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, like low key, that's kind of the better approach, and that's kind of the approach I kind of wish I took. You know, you know what I mean? Because like low key, like
callback.
Yo, my demographic is like 70% women. You know what I mean? But because like a lot of people don't like Mr. Springer. You know, like that's I didn't get a lot of backlash for it. You know, but I'm like, yo, my demographic is women, so I don't really want to turn them off like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, when women don't like pussies, bro. So they don't like niggas and I'm just generalizing, but when niggas back down for like Drake, for somebody with a female fan base, they're not like, oh, bless you. They're not like, oh my God, Drake, you shouldn't have said those things about Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, nigga, fight back.
It depends.
Some girls are like, you shouldn't have even said anything to him. Like, we don't even, who is that?
No, facts.
Yeah. Loki, I think I heard Chroma say that. He's not even on your level.
Yeah, no, literally. Like, some shorties, like, especially the liberal things, like, they kind of love the J. Cole stance where it's like, oh, he's the bigger person. What a mature human. That's the kind of, but low key, that's not going to get their pum pum wet.
Yeah, they'll say that.
Exactly.
And they're gushing for the man who just laid out a nigga, like gave a one-hitter quitter in the parking lot somewhere, and they're just like, let's go home, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like, oh, you did too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. But I don't know. J. Cole, I feel like this PR tour that he's doing right now, it is helping because like the rest of that interview was immaculate. Salute to Cameron's camera woman or whatever that worked, one of the PAs. She asked a bunch of questions near the end. Everything was great after that.
Is it helping though? Because like all I've been seeing is certain clips, and I feel like what we were discussing earlier, most people aren't going to watch the full interview. There's just seeing J. Cole say, "Oh, I love that Kendrick got the Super Bowl, but I'm also looking forward to Iceman," and then they're like, "Oh my."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll see, because like the last interview that he did with Nadeska, I just checked on the views the other day, and that's like 700 and something thousand views, which is great. However, the Jay-Z interview already has 1 million and it came out after.
You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
it's like 1 million compared to like the millions of people that are watching the clips on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter.
Yeah.
And them are having whole like breakdowns of like just the clips, not the whole interview. So
Yeah. I think we played way more than the interview than I've ever seen. You know
I
what I'm
literally
saying?
only reacted to the clips.
Well, the shit literally just came out like, I don't know, a couple hours before we started the pod. Maybe about 3-4 hours before we started the pod.
Okay.
Right? So this is like fresh off the press. But salute to J. Cole, salute to Cameron. I'll put salute to Cameron. And also salute for him to getting that interview.
Yeah.
Because he was ready to sue homie. So
that's why Cole had to do the interview.
Yeah. Big time. I'm going to skip the Young Miami shit because I really don't give a shit what's going on with Young Miami. What I want to do before I go over to our next story, because I think this is a very important story for us to cover here.
Ready for the road.
Roll Ready Detailing, now open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66, specializing in ceramic coating protection with warranty, PPF, tints, wraps, vinyl wraps, and hand car washes. Remember, we clean anything on wheels.
You know what I was thinking about? I don't know if we're gonna cut this out, but remember you were talking about, J. Cole and Mustafa the Poet comparisons, and when he was getting at top 5, like he got at him like a poet. He's like, you devastated coward, you.
Yeah. He took the intelligent approach or the highbrow approach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like how unsophisticated must you be, young 5? Like it was just like it was dissing him in like Shakespeare vibes. Like
I fucked with it. I think we're back over here now on the full live stream. It should be good. Yeah, we're fully live. And big salute to everybody who's in the full subscriber audience. We need to get to certain things. And I said, you know what? Let me switch the settings to full subscribers.
Jeez.
Because we got to discuss our Toronto accents, bro. I'm not our Toronto accents. I think we're good. But the Toronto accent has officially become the butt of the joke, fam. It's
just
done.
now? I swear it's been the butt of the joke.
Fam, it's been the butt of the joke, and we've been, commenting on different things that people have been saying about it and shit like that. But once it gets a certain level, it's like, how do I explain it? When people were saying certain words like, what was the word? Lit. Okay?
No, I feel once it hits mainstream, then it's like, okay, yeah. It's taken over by a new demographic now.
Yeah, if Ellen is saying, yo, that's lit, it's over. Change your words.
Yeah. Or remember dabbing?
Yeah.
When the white people got that, it was over.
Man.
So they were doing the
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up a clip courtesy of the Jimmy Kimmel show.
But the Toronto accent. Ew, I said Toronto like natural. Yo, you be saying the second T.
Toronto? Yeah, I do.
Are you not supposed to say the second T?
Just Toronto.
You're supposed to just say Toronto, right? And that means you're like from somewhere else, right? If you say Toronto.
Well, Natural's from here and he's been saying Toronto. It's always confused me.
Are you sure he's from here?
Oh.
I lie. I rep Jamaica still, so probably yes.
I'm one to talk the guy who's actually not from here. I'm the only one at the table who's not from here, right?
It's my musical theater background.
Watch for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm gonna play this clip over here.
This is incredible.
Is it incredible, bro?
Yes.
Who is this woman here? Camila Marone.
I don't know.
Okay. I thought you might know as our resident white passing person. Audio?
Tutu's my word, Krosky.
Okay. Rewind.
It's insane. Am I right?
But no one says Mazza.
Ugh, you're so cheesy. Are you for real?
What is it again? What's the real thing?
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna play the rest. I'm just having like a over cringe reaction. You know, like the cringe is like creeping up the back of my neck, like, just stop doing this.
This is a bad representation of the city stuff.
Oh, I just have to let it breathe for a second, fam.
I'll to my word. I don't like this.
I'm just having like an overload of cringe, bro. I just have to let it breathe for
What's
a
wrong
second.
with it, man? Y'all run it.
Run it. Yo, run it. Tutu is my word, Crow. Run it.
That's Tumaza. A lie?
I think that was the first one.
Okay. That's insane. Am I right? You're so cheesy. Are you for real?
That's insane.
Who's that, Jimmy?
You fit in.
Who's that, Fallon?
Real cool.
Yo, Jimmy's a member still.
He's like, hey.
That's Gerber?
That's Gerber, fam, but there is a T, but I think you don't pronounce it.
Gerber, like
That's Gerber is crazy.
So it's you're the coolest person ever, bud.
Yo, I want to rip my shirt. I'm so pissed. Hold on, let me rewind it. I talked over what you're saying.
My guys, that's Gerber, fam.
That's Gerber is crazy. That has never been said.
That's Gerber, fam, but there is a T. But
That's
Gerber. Gerber, like the baby.
That's Gerber. I thought like, yo, you're a Gerb. He's a Gerb. She's a Gerb. Like, that's a Gerb. Like, that's Gerb.
You're acting like a baby, my guy.
None of those
You're
are
acting like
accurate.
a baby, my guy.
My guy.
I actually might start saying that. You're acting like a baby, my guy.
You should just go, you're being Gerber, fam.
Gerber, fam.
Oh my God. I need another
She's
sound
pretty
You're the
though.
coolest person ever, bud.
I think you are the coolest person ever. Someone say that is correct.
No.
No.
It's baby, you had it right.
I did have it right.
Yes, originally, but then you backtracked and you said the coolest person ever. But you
What
were
is
like,
it?
Gerber sounds like baby. It's baby.
Oh,
You're
I got it
acting
wrong?
like a baby. You got it wrong.
Okay. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Bunch of Gerbs.
To give context, she's an actress.
Thank you.
Yeah, she has some show dropping. Yeah, it doesn't
Something bad is gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And they filmed it in Toronto. So I'm on their Wikipedia page. Filming began in January 2025 in Toronto, running until May. So they filmed here for about 5 months. And I think it's a movie about the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, it's like a horror type thing.
Yeah.
So
she's been in the city for like 5 months. And I'm sure once she got here, her algorithm adjusted to the postal code or wherever she was at. And she probably seen quite literally Soraya the Flash's Toronto interviews. Because I'm going to credit Soraya the Flash for the Tutu's my word, Krosky.
My word.
Like
Yeah,
that
that's
specific
That's
phrase,
fair.
he was the one saying that. And then like Rock King and them started saying it too. But like no one was saying that they as constantly as these guys were.
So we can blame them for what she's done here.
Arguably credit.
Blame.
Is it a credit or blame? Because like I'm having a cringe attack right now, fam. Like I can't believe this is what they're pushing on the world scale or the world stage of this is what Toronto represents or this is how Toronto people sound like.
Well, I'm not a YN, you know what I mean? I send the YNs up. No, I'm joking still. but I will say that like, so I don't feel like this is a representation of us. I feel like they're saying this is a representation of the new Toronto kids.
And is that really I know we've had this conversation before, but like fam, we know that those videos are exaggerations. They're, it says a lot of time in the caption, not cringe, because they're intentionally trying to be cringe. Like, come on, fam. Like, that can't be what people think we actually speak like, bro. I wouldn't want to watch content if that's what I'm expecting to hear, bro.
You know what it is? I think, okay, like, you know how people come from outside of Toronto and go to the CN Tower, and they just assume, wow, like everyone in Toronto must just always go to the CN Tower. But it's like, if you're really local from here, you never go.
Yeah.
Maybe you've gone once. I think it's one of those where it's like, oh, you guys must talk like this. It's like, actually, when you're from here, you don't talk like that, but we get the satirical aspect of the content. And I think maybe some people do talk like that. The two Maza a lie is crazy, and that's Gerber is crazy.
Yeah. That's Gerber is insane, bro.
In a way, tutu's my word. Kroski was like the most authentic phrase she said.
But we do say some of those words, like, the man's a Gerber. Gerbert, I don't know where Bert, the T ended up on, but if I'm not mistaken, as a Montreal man, okay, even though, like, to be honest, I can't even use that as a crutch. That means that you're baby food, right? You're just, you're soft. Like,
you're Gerb.
You're not a big deal, bro. Like, we can just mash you up easy. You're a Gerber.
You're
right?
not a big deal. It's crazy.
Yeah, fam. Like, man's could take your chain. You're a Gerber, fam. Like, if you want to really use that in a sentence.
But I feel like most places have an accent affiliated to them. Even if you think about Baltimore, the bit music or whatever. Like,
but I feel like when their accent is represented or portrayed, it's more accurate to how they are, versus when the Toronto accent is portrayed publicly, it's not as aligned with how we actually talk. Where when we hear like the Baltimore accent online, it really be like a guy speaking with a regular Baltimore accent.
Yeah.
I feel like even those are exaggerated, but okay, because we're in Toronto, we could hear the nuances. But the people who don't talk to Torontonians, like, on the daily, like, even when Ak was reacting to our video, and then he's like, yo, why do you talk like that? Every time a man's even react to our videos, they say, yo, why are their accent like that?
That accent crazy,
Like, yo,
man. Hey, that Toronto accent, man. Yo, that's something else, man. Y'all sound Irish.
No, literally, I'm saying they say we sound Irish.
And we're like, what accent?
You're my word, fam. Like, that's how they think we sound, bro. Hardy rating.
Is that how we sound, fam?
My mama, I can't understand this Toronto accent.
Is that
man.
how we sound, fam? You know? Like, that's how it is, bro.
Yo, now you got me second guessing it, fam. I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, he's all like,
if I go Jamaica, Barbados, even when I did the American tours, Charlotte, Philly, New York, no matter where I went, as soon as I spoke, you're from Toronto.
Really?
As soon as I spoke, and I don't even have the craziest Toronto accent like that. You know what I mean, fam?
No.
But I added
you do have a Toronto accent or a Jamaican, like, derived accent, because like, it's not like a hardcore Jamaican accent. But like, all those extra things that you're putting on the end, that's the cringe, the fuckery shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But just on its face, like, you just talking, I can hear them saying, okay, you got a Toronto accent.
Yeah.
I can't hear that coming from me. And like, even like with Czar might sprinkle in some words, but I don't hear quintessential what they hear. Like, the two is my word, fam. Like, none of us at the table sound like that, fam.
None of us at the table sound like that, fam.
I don't sound like that.
This guy just went to Atlanta or something and came back. Yo, fam. Is that what they're hearing, bro?
Yo, we're nose blind. Trust me, fam. Trust me, bro. That's what it is, dog.
we're ear blind, bro.
We are ear deaf. You know what's so crazy? I like to think of myself as someone who's well spoken, and sometimes, like,
I thought I was.
I'll see the chat replay or a comment where it's like that white guy sounds crazy, or like, yo, like, why does that white guy talk like that? Or why the white guy switch up his accent all of a sudden? Because I feel like when I get excited, that's when it displays itself a little more.
And
naturally.
the thing is, we are well spoken, but like, sometimes we'll get passionate about a topic, and then
who's my word, fam?
Like, it ranges for me. Like, I'll get like, yo, you sound so white and proper, to like, you have a black accent.
Interesting.
Like I've heard both extremes of the spectrum.
Bro, I'm feeling like I'm the last to find out that we got like a hardcore Toronto accent. Because sometimes I'm there watching like some of like, even like, what's his name? Curtis guy. Like, I don't like bringing up him, but Curtis King, right? Yeah. And then they're like, man, you are crazy with your crazy ass accent. And I'm like, oh, I don't hear it.
You know, it's so crazy. I feel like, and maybe you can relate to this, like when we speak with people who have hardcore Toronto accents, we feel like we don't have that level of Toronto accent.
Yeah.
But then when you're around people from out of town who completely have zero Toronto accent, all of a sudden you sound like Bucks be ballin' to them. They'd be like, wow, you're such a Toronto man. And I'm like, no, I'm actually not. When I'm with Toronto mans, like they say I don't talk with enough of an accent.
Ballin' is crazy.
Like that's how you sound to them. Like when I'm talking about like when I meet like Arabs in Mississauga, and like they have their own like insulated bubble, and then I speak to them like, yo, you're such a Scarborough mans. Where are you from? Well, you're such a Toronto mans. I'm like, how? I'm like trying to speak as educated as possible right now.
I need to give a point of reference of Buxby Ballin, because like you're telling me that the way we're having this conversation at the table, this is what they're hearing when like the average person from, I don't know, Tallahassee, they're like,
yes.
Yo, winter's almost over, fam. If you're pushing the whip, you might need your car detailed. Holla at Midnight Gloss Car Spot to get your car.
We can't.
Road ready.
Ready for the road. You know what I'm saying? But is that what they're hearing?
Yo, brother, I got 400 followers in one night, fam. You guys must have really loved that post, fam.
Brother, I love Buxby Ballin, but like we don't sound like that, fam. There's no way that somewhere in New York they're listening to We Love Hip Hop and they're like, yo, you sound just like that guy.
Okay, I'll give you a good example. When you go to Jamaica, if you're in Kingston, in the city, you know, you could, if you go to the bank, they'll speak to you properly. They're well spoken.
Yeah,
but there's a tinge of the, you know, there's a tinge of the patois in there. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell you're talking to a Jamaican. But if you go to the country, you're not understanding them, and it's patois same way, but there's just levels to it. You know what I mean?
Bushman talks.
Exactly. So even with the Toronto accent, like, with us, we're probably like level 1. You know what I mean?
Buxby Ballin is S tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, what are the tiers?
That's like Buxby Ballin is final boss.
He's the Toronto accent final boss for real, bro. Because I even feel like he's putting it on.
But apparently, in real life, he speaks similar to that as well. Probably not as like projected with his voice, but he does have a Toronto accent.
Most Toronto, I guess, representation in the past 5 years sound like that. Even when Drake is putting on the Toronto, he puts on that. You know what I mean? Like,
what, the extra?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, even like a guy named Joseph, like all the Toronto creators. A man named Joseph, my bad. Like, they kind of emulate Bucks. Even Snow Day, when Snow Day was doing the skits and stuff, like it was this version of the
Faith
Toronto
with the jokes.
Toronto guy Cody.
You know, like Toronto, that's just what Toronto's known for accent-wise.
So I guess I shouldn't be so, upset about what the representation has become, because like now that it's hit Jimmy Fallon, like now the tutu's my word, Krosky, and you're a bird, or however she used it in a sentence. That's what they know of us now.
Yeah, like, okay, if any of us were to go to a Hollywood party and they're like, where are you from? And we're like, Toronto, they're like, oh, tutu's my word, Krosky.
Yeah,
I guarantee that will come up in a conversation, and that's what's at the forefront of their mind when they hear Toronto accent. So my only qualm with this is I wish they had more accurate representation of the Toronto accent. But I like that it's getting on people's radar. But like what she was saying, this Marone girl, like, bro, we don't even talk like that. So it would have been cool if she just had like actual phrases we use.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm Marv, a lie. Like certain go-to terms that are like guaranteed usage. No one's saying, yo, that's too maza, a lie.
Yeah, and the circles that she was in for the time she spent out here, because I'm sure she's not here anymore. But when she was here doing her movie, don't tell me she was in Yorkville having some lunch at a patio, and she was like talking to some Toronto girl, and the girl was like, "Tutu's my word."
No, she was probably hanging out with the observers, probably like the indie alternative hipster type of vibe, who are like, look at this cringe Toronto accent. Look how they talk. Tutu's my word. People actually talk like that. It's like, no, we don't.
Yes. So like, I don't know where she got that to even come up with these cards to have that little moment over on Jimmy Fallon, bro. But like, that's not her. I don't feel like that was her reality.
But I think because, you know, she's doing this press run to promote this show that was shot in Toronto, they're like, okay, what's an angle we can use for her to promote that we shot it in Toronto?
Yeah.
And they thought the Toronto accent. So that's how mainstream of a phenomenon it's become. And it has worked.
It worked.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody in an uproar. I guess, I don't know, maybe just me.
Big up Surya to Flash, bro, because I feel like I really single-handedly saw him make this phrase a part of everyone's perception of Toronto. Whether it's a benefit or a detriment is another conversation. But I remember just seeing this guy post every day, like a bunch of clips. What are your thoughts on Toronto accent? Tutu's my word, Kroski. Tutu's my word, Kroski. Like, man starts saying 4 4s and stuff. Like, 8 8's my word, Kroski. Like, bro. So, like, yo, people like really took it and ran with it.
Yeah. I ain't mad at the jokes, man. In the end of the day, I'm always good for jokes. So I can't even be mad at them because they were just doing it for jokes. So salute to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Natural feels the same. We'll leave that for another day. And you know what? We will leave it for another day because one of them mans, they're moving around sick, trying to be one of the people on the downfall. They probably one of the dislikes at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just a little bit too excited to like see man's trip and then be like, so yo, you did trip. Like, relax, brother, on your little live stream, fam.
I feel like his views are botted.
Like, fam, like as soon as man's seen a little bit of a chink in the armor type thing, like they're like, come on over to my stream. Like, bro, that just seems weird, bro.
No, I love that because I love when people show their true colors, so I kind of know who to look out for, you know? Like, yeah, wave that flag.
The Get Along gang, bro.
You know?
Fam, like you could literally put together like a little like Avengers or like the anti-Avengers of technically like your ops.
No, I see them all in the comments like, oh, da-da-da, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at my sons. All getting along. Nice.
Your Infinity Stones, bro. Holy shit. But yeah, salute to Toronto Tide, man. I wanted to get into just something quickly about this video that you did. You're on what part are you on right now? 4?
Yeah, part 4 will be dropping tonight, I guess, when the listeners and viewers see this. Yeah. So yeah, we just dropped part 3.
Right. And big salute to the homie. What's his name again?
Adrian Stein.
Yeah.
Dope mocktails.
Yeah. Big salute to Adrian Stein. That video, I think, is one of the best series that you've put up on your channel right now. Right. Salute to you for that.
Salute.
But one of the clips that you that we're collaborating over here on Instagram caught my attention that I want to bring up to the podcast about and I'll put it up on the screen over here. Should public health cover costs associated with rehabilitating drug addiction? So I'll play the clip.
Drug addiction today. What do you think is missing?
So, I mean, as a resident of Ontario, I'm given a health card, right? And this health card is is my health insurance, and it should cover like medical issues, okay? And I find that, you know, the majority, once you get to a level of addiction where your life is threatened, it's a medical issue. It requires medical intervention. And so where I see the government, what they're doing is, I definitely agree with the harm reduction approach, but the longer goals is treatment for everyone. And like I said, if you don't have $1,000 a day for treatment, that's just for the treatment. Then there's like you don't just get clean and go back to work. Usually there's a period of time there's a transition period, you know? So there needs to be a lot of care that in terms of like treatment should be provided to everyone who wants it, without question. If you have cancer and you go to the hospital and you're going to get treatment, they're not going to give you a script for painkillers, you know? Now, if you go to see a doctor about opioid addiction, they're going to suggest methadone, right? Or they're going to suggest that you get treatment, which you'll have to pay for. Or you can go on a government wait list, which will take you 6 months, 9 months. So most people don't have that kind of time.
Where do you stand on the conversation
right?
Mhm.
So he's saying basically like these rehab centers, they're like what, $1,000 a day and all types of wild prices. Drug addiction at some point becomes like a disease,
Like a medical issue, a
a
health
medical
issue.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So taxpayers should pay for people's drug addictions?
That is what is essentially being argued. And I think
I see why people don't like some of my takes, though. So why you have to say it like that, bro?
Well, what the impetus is for that is that because taxpayers are pooling together their money to make sure that things are running as best as possible, let's say, because addiction is a medical issue and has adverse effects on society and the economy, it's like wiser to tackle it, because if we don't, then the problems that it leads to are more detrimental than not taking any sort of governmental action towards it. That's the argument.
Let's say they're already allocating funds to that. Let's say to allocate more, they would have to take away from another. What would you suggest?
Probably sending money to Ukraine, like one of the foreign business ventures that we have. Like I'd probably remove like maybe like a $1 billion.
That's a good point.
And obviously I'm not saying this is like the most important thing in terms of what we have to work towards for our infrastructure, but it is a real problem. It's growing. It's connected to crime. It's connected to illegal immigration. It's connected to violence. Like there's just so much that it covers, So I feel like addressing the problem from the grassroots could have like a good effect on everything else in a way.
I'm not completely mad at the theory of like making some of these medical things like free, because I've always been pro getting psychiatrist, right? Having one of those, getting therapy for free. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm pro getting therapy for free, why can't a man get off the drugs for free? You know what I'm saying? It's I guess if I'm gonna have one, both have to be applied.
So then should all like any medical procedure be covered?
Not any.
So then like where do we draw the line?
That's a good point.
Point. What if someone like their procedure is like not something they can control? And then their argument is like, yo, y'all niggas could have controlled your habit. Y'all made this decision. Why should we pay for that?
I think there are certain surgeries that are covered for by the government that revolve around choice. Like, I know there's like a fat removal surgery that if you get to like a certain unhealthy weight, either the government pays you to do it actually, or they do it for free. And there are a lot of like life-saving surgeries that came from like, oh, you chose to do this and now like we'll treat you for free.
Yeah.
And I think if we have the money to do it, we can. It'll create jobs if you have full-blown like rehabilitation centers. I think there's obviously like more to do to reduce drug consumption or even letting it escalate to that point. It has to do with more like systemic or like familial issues and trauma. Mental health as well.
Yeah.
I just think that, okay, like with the safe injection sites, right? Adrian kind of showed me the value of them. But conversely, I hear the other side when I was doing my research where it's like, my taxpayer dollars are going towards funding something illegal. Like consuming certain drugs in public is illegal, So it's like, but when you have that in conjunction with, these programs around drug addiction, now the taxpayer can look at the government and be like, hey, are there any other illegal things you're going to do with my tax money? Like, can I do this now that you're letting them do this? Can I just drink? It's a slippery slope. I see both sides.
And I'm not a fan of the safe consumption sites neither. Like we'll just give them a place where they can just go do their needles and just chill. Like, nah, fam, maybe get them off of the needles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but let's say this. Would you rather them go to a designated safe injection site or would you rather them do it in front of kids at a park or at a Tim Hortons? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're still doing it.
I know, but which would you prefer? Like, would you rather it be at least in a segregated part of society where it's like, okay, we can make sure they're all here. We can make sure their needles are clean, or just go willy-nilly and do it at, Christie Pitts in front of these kids having a picnic.
I would rather what you just said, the former, right? Like, put them in a designated place. But they're doing that and they're still spilling out anyway. So it's like that plan's not working.
Because there's not enough safe injection sites. I think they just closed one. Doug Ford is going to stop funding them. So he announced that just like last week.
And then, I might have to agree with some of that because like how many of them are you going to put around all of these different places and establishments? And then you're turning Toronto from a tourist attraction and a shopping hub to, because we have such a bad drug problem, every 3 freaking businesses has to be a safe injection place. Like, pick your poison, fam.
Well, I feel like where they chose to make the safe injection sites kind of made the plan fail. I'm going to keep saying this. Them choosing the library was literally the dumbest. Like, that's like the worst place.
Yeah.
Out of like top 5, like that's like on
top 5 places you don't.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and that's not the only place. Like, we can really like break it down for the places that they have around that's bad. And I don't know if Doug has closed down any of those places yet. But the library, yes, that's one. Yonge and Bloor, very heavily trafficked walking spot over there by Yonge and Bloor. Big time shopping area. The Gucci store is like you could throw a stone and hit the Gucci store. Holt Renfrew, all that shit. The other one, Dundas or Sankofa Square, right there.
There's safe injection sites there.
They closed it.
They closed it, right?
Yeah. They used to have it.
Yes, because when I used to go to Rock the House barbershop that used to be around the corner from there, right now they're at 207 Augusta. Salute to them, right? But when they were there by Dundas Square or Sankofa Square, I used to have to walk past a bunch of junkies that are like at a safe injection site, and I'm like, wait a minute, the square is right here. And the junkies are right here. So what? The tourists are supposed to just trip over needles when they're like, looking around Toronto?
Yeah, that's dumb.
I think the reason they place those injection sites in those high volume areas is because that's where the users would likely be able to access.
Yeah,
you can't put it like OT when like most of that, like, the
not OT, but you could put it like, you could go along the lakeshore a little bit like further down. I feel like they should have actually created like constructed zones, which would have created jobs, and it would have actually, don't go to Dundas Square where all the tourists are. Don't go to Union Station where all of the traveling.
Yeah.
Forward over here, maybe like a Lakeshore West by like,
it would be sick if they had like a little like bucket campus.
Would it?
Where all like the buckets, go there, sleep. You could do your drugs, you get rehabilitated, get a 1-2 meal. And like now, like you're not going to be. Everyone wants to go to the Bucket Palace.
It would become Skids Row for sure.
Because that exists.
It would become Skids Row for sure, but at least they'll be all in one space.
Yeah.
But what if they're like living lit? Like
it exists. It's called Hastings.
That's not lit, bro.
They not for us. For the junkies, they're like, this is lit. We're all around each other. We have a community. Oh, you got a needle? Oh, are you doing drugs? We all doing drugs together. Like, we're just the only ones who got a problem with it.
Bro, but they're like homeless and like they're sleeping. I'm talking about like, moderately high-end living. Maybe not high-end, but at least middle class, lower middle class. Like they have a little room. They have a little like consumption center. They might have a little gym.
Nah, Read in the Streets shows us what happened. They're going to smash the windows. Like you have to make it like super toddler proof. Like everything is like indestructible.
Almost like a jail.
And who is what the utopia are you living in? Who are these middle of the line junkies that are like they still got their cribs and stuff? Most of these people who are on Fent and all that stuff like that, they homeless, fam.
All the middle of the line junkies, they're the CEOs running your favorite companies.
Yes, they might be the yayo heads and stuff like that with a lot of money. But anybody who's doing like crack and all those kind of like real hard drugs, bro, they're like either homeless or just on the brink of homelessness.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You give them a little spot, a little room. You know what I'm saying? They can bring their belongings, stack up. One day you come home with a shirt. The next day you have socks. You work your way up.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
As a man that lives downtown, like sometimes it feels like zombie land, bro.
Yeah.
Especially in the nighttime, fam. It feels like those zombie movies. where like they all like the hand just rises out of the grave, and then like pure man just start pulling up on you. Like,
It's close to midnight.
You just start walking with your shotty.
That's what's doing a look behind him on the Michael Jackson shit, and his eyes have to think too now. Oh, shit. I don't know if you all caught that old Thriller reference.
No,
but,
definitely.
But listen, man, great video. I think it opened up a good conversation right there. Let us know in the comments also for the live chat as well as the replay that I'll be posting on Pod Day. What do y'all think? Like, should people be able to get free healthcare as far as for rehabilitation? Not the 12-step program, those are free. You know what I'm saying? But like to go to a rehab, ain't nobody got that kind of bread, bro. So if you really want to get people off of drugs and you made it free, or even like it can get covered if you have like welfare type shit.
But I feel like rehab isn't even for like the normal person. Rehab is for like the privileged, where you could pay to have 24/7 hour care. Like that's a different level. Like the average person is not going to get that, you know? Like you go do your 12 steps and then hopefully you make it. Congratulations to you. You're a success story, you know? So I feel like they're more so relying on people like you, people who actually want to make a change, rather than, hey, we're going to cater to your every need. And then hopefully when you're done this 8-week rehab program, you don't relapse.
Well, frick, they need to get the crackheads and the real junkies on the road, like the vent heads. They really need the rehab, not the rich guy who just did a little bit too much yayo and spent his parents' money. You know what I'm saying?
And they gotta want to get better.
I'm about to say, most of these mans don't want to get better.
That's
they
also
like,
true.
They found something they like and they just want to keep doing it.
I bought a homeless man food. Okay, I went somewhere to go buy papers or whatever, right? There's pure junkies out there, but I seen one black guy. So I'm like, yeah, I got you, broski. So he asked me for change. I didn't have no change, no cash, because who carries cash?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'll buy you some food. As I'm there buying the food, the man's still begging and pleading me for change. I'm like, brother, like cash don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like take the food. But a lot of these people, like, yeah, food is good, but they just want drugs.
For a lot of them, it's like they're going through withdrawals. So the drugs almost are more important for their body in that moment because they're going through serious withdrawals.
Yeah.
As opposed to like you giving them food, bro. They can't even eat it. Their gut is so messed up before they get that first hit.
Yeah, that heroin shit, when the way homie was explaining it, like it's like a bad cycle to get into, bro. Like you're just gonna get sick or just do the drugs that's not even getting you high, or you get sick. It's like, damn, bro. Like, why would you even try that shit, bro? It's nasty. Okay, I got one more topic and then we could touch the road. We got a little bit of an extended episode here. We had some things to address earlier in the episode, so salute to the listening audience or the live audience that's there right now. I have something, I have it titled Reactive Abuse. Okay? It's kind of completely out of our wheelhouse of topics, but the reactive abuse is something I think we can comment on. Do you guys know who TFP is? You don't know TFP?
No.
She's popping in these streets right now, bro. TFP? What?
Who the hell is it?
You don't know who TFP? Taylor Frankie Paul?
No.
Is she the shotty that beat up her boyfriend and threw the chair, hit the U?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I told you this is completely out of our wheelhouse. She's the Bachelorette, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. The Bachelorette got canceled or put on hold for now. But there's a big conversation that's been happening around this whole thing because there was a video that came out that showed her abusing her husband or ex-husband now. And she was throwing a chair in the friggin' in the video, and she actually hit her youth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got out of fucking control, bro. So here's the thing, okay? And hold on, I'm just trying to find my audio here so I can show you an example of what we're gonna be talking about here. Here's the thing with that now. There's something called, I learned from this, and I'm going to be playing a clip from the Higher Learning podcast, right? With Van Lathan, Rachel, and Lindsay.
Violence, so I'm not trying to speak.
Okay, I know
Fine,
you guys
because
are
it's the Higher Learning.
people that have.
All right,
I also
hold
apologize.
on.
If
I'm gonna let
this is
them.
triggering.
I'm gonna let you cook first.
Got I know you guys get triggered sometimes because they can get super
Liberal,
like lefty,
yeah.
liberal with their
Blue
shit.
hair.
Right? Which I'm not mad at, but at the same time, I'm neither. That's besides the point. The thing is, the word reactive abuse came from this because, you know what? I'll let them explain.
To those who have suffered from it, I want to put that out there, and we should do a disclaimer. But reactive abuse, a lot of people are talking about it, in my opinion, who are not qualified to talk about it and using it to justify what they saw in the video. And I'm not denying that something did happen to her. We don't know what happened before the recording started. We don't know what happened in their relationship before. We don't know what happened in between, before Bachelorette, or even after, that led to these new allegations. We'll never know the whole story, and I've said this before. But the reactive abuse is somebody pushes you to a point, and this is me paraphrasing, to a point where you react to that. Even if you take it at face value as that, it's still violence. So both things can be true. Somebody can be a victim of reactive abuse, and they can also be abusive, or they also can be violent. Like, there's domestic violence at that. Like, it doesn't necessarily excuse violent behavior. And I think that you have to hold both of those things to be true. But I'm seeing it being litigated online where people are using it as a justification.
I'll let Van cook just a little bit and then we'll stop.
This is where the conversation gets actually dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The conversation around this is really some bullshit. I mean, domestic violence is a plague on our society, and we've talked about it in different ways with different people for so long, right? We've talked about what it means to live in a household where, you know, you sleep next to your abuser, right? That's I'm not gonna act like that is not just an issue, a thought, a conversation that we have to have incessantly all the time. I'm not gonna act like that. This part of it, though, is the part that, to me, is the most bullshit. Now, I'm going to say again what I said before. I do believe that there is a difference just based on physicality, the amount of harm you can do, based off of entrenched social structures, the power matrix, the history, all of that. There's a difference between what I witnessed on video between Taylor Frankie Paul and that guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between that and what that would have been like if it would have been on the other side.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
he can kill her because of the history of women in those types of situations. So
We love
what y'all want to
hip-hop.
say? I look at that and I go, that's a difference. I'm 6'4". I'm 267 pounds. My weight is down. Boom, boom, boom. There's a difference between me doing violence to a woman and a woman doing violence to me. Now, obviously, pick up a fucking knife, hit me with a fucking bat.
Okay, so I think I could stop there. Basically, he gets into points where, like, he says, like, you know, we can go to where I say, you know, your mom is a whore, or like, and these are the words that he said in there, right? Like, or like, whatever, you're, you know, the youth them, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, your kid ain't shit, like if you're a couple together, you know what I'm saying? And like, I guess that's not your kid. You'd be like, yo, your kid is freaking regard or something like that. Yeah. Something to make the person snap makes it where it's reactive abuse. So the person is a victim to the reactive abuse.
Wait, so Van Lathan is co-signing?
No, he's like, he doesn't really fuck with that because like, where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? Because like he even gets into like, so if you call me like, you know, you stupid N-word, like with the hard ER, like, does that justify me now punching you in the face? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a victim of reactive abuse.
Reactive abuse only works in the movies.
Talk to me. Why?
You seen Enough with Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
Perfect example of reactive abuse. Doesn't she end up fucking up the nigga in the end?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we loved that movie. The girl and them loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Even that movie with Beyonce and Idris Elba or whatever, where the man is like, I think it's like Irresistible or something like that, where like the man is stalking her or whatever, and Michael Ealy's in it. Same thing, like because she's being abused in the relationship or whatever,
right?
And then she ends up fucking up the nigga. But like, I feel
hold on. There's difference because the abuse that we're talking about is verbal. Like you took not the physical, like physical, obviously, like you're gonna try to defend yourself physically. Like somebody saying words that push you to the point where it caused you to physically react to them.
No, but in the Bachelorette, didn't she say, "Oh, he was physically and verbally abusive" or whatever?
This is new information, or like, 'cause they're trying to like clean this shit up. But from on its face right now, they're saying that like some of the things that he was saying, the gaslighting, all these different things, and because like she already has the temper and all that, pushed her to these brinks. This was been information that's been out so far.
Yeah, well, my point was just like in the movies it looks fun and like it looks cool, but it doesn't translate in real life. And translate, you're just a mindhead. Like every man is dealt with the shotty that if you say the wrong thing, she's blowing up, and it's like, yo, what's wrong with this thing?
Yeah, but like, does that justify it? Like, I didn't hit you. I said words. I said really, really harsh, crazy words. But now, like, you're physically abusing me. And if it's the other way around, like, as if a man, like a woman says these harsh words to the man, and then he just cocks her and freaking punches her in the mouth, obviously it's gonna go a whole different way.
I just feel like there's different degrees of accountability for both genders. Like I feel like as men, if we do something, like we're saying it out loud, we're gonna know it's wrong, and we're gonna know where we need to take accountability. Whether we do or not is a separate question, but like naturally, we're aware of like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, you know? Girls, it's like harder for them to get to that conclusion. Like, you'd be like, yo, why'd you hit me? They're like, you hurt my feelings. I'm like, yo, so you don't regret hurting me or something? Like, you don't regret like trying to hit me? It's like, no, like, you know, maybe I got a little emotional, but like, you should know I'm crazy. Like, that's
or look at what you said.
Yeah, like I shouldn't have let it bother me so much, but I reacted how I would react. Like, that's their first course of accountability. And I think that's even explains this particular situation.
That makes the term, they can use that, hey, I'm a victim of reactive abuse.
Yeah, and then what do you say? Well, you abuse me all the time.
I don't know, fam. Like, if I didn't even know that was a term until I was listening to the pod today, and I was like, oh my God, you know how many women with no accountability are getting that off?
It wasn't a term until today, bro.
Nah, fam. I think this has been floating around, just not in our circles, bro.
I never heard
it. I just mean like it's relatively new. Like Magnum in the 80s weren't talking about reactive abuse. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Like, there's a subsect of people that are trying to that are not trying to have their accountability, but most people see through the bullshit. Like most people aren't co-signing that. Even like at first, I was expecting them to be on the side of that, but even if higher learning isn't co-signing it, then like, you know, it's not that.
No, she crashed out, and like I don't want to get into the whole whatchamacallit, Bachelor conversation, because that's way out of our wheelhouse. But ABC lost a shitload of money because they knew about these videos and her arrest and all that. She had a temper from her other show that she was on, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and stuff like that. And they still shot a whole season.
So maybe this is damage control. What I do find interesting, because like natural, I've never heard this term in my life, reactive abuse, right? And it's in a situation where, oh, the girl's abusing the man, it must be reactive abuse. But when it's a video of like a guy abusing a girl, it's never like, yo, he's probably just doing reactive abuse. Like that's never like at the forefront of anyone's mind. But in this situation, it's like, oh, she's beating him. It must be because X, Y, Z. And I'm not saying it's not, you know, I'm just saying like the fact that we'd give that more consideration than the opposite scenario.
Because most men are able to beat up their wives, like, and their wives can't. So like, if you see a video of the man beating up his shawty, you could think to yourself like, okay, if you had the strength to do that, you also had the strength to
restrain yourself.
But what if a man is capable strength-wise of, you know, beating up a girl, but like she constantly beats him up and he doesn't like fight back because he knows his strength, but like now he's in a reactive abusive situation, but his abuse is going to outweigh what hers is. And from the outside, no one's gonna look and be like, maybe she was abusing him the whole time and he just snapped one day.
Or she could be, and listen, this is not specific to anything in my life or anything. She could be like, you freaking monkey piece of shit. I'm glad that your mother is dead. I'm gonna go piss on her grave. And I hope you get locked up because you're a freaking degenerate N-word with the hard ER.
So then
am I supposed to just be like, oh, let me just restrain myself? I'm going to, because I'm not a woman abuser. But if I was supposed to, if I do something, now I can claim reactive abuse. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, but I feel like you shouldn't be with a person like that anyway. You should
Of
just
course
leave,
not.
like.
But like that's the premise of reactive abuse.
Yeah.
Like, this person pushed me to the brink,
But
I reacted physically.
I think with women it's a little bit different because like there are factors that could like kind of intimidate the woman from leaving and stuff. Like it's much easier for the man to like intimidate the woman than the woman to intimidate the man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I felt like it's a weird term. Man.
It is dumb still. It's definitely dumb.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring up anything about The Bachelor, okay? So salute to the audience that's watching over here on live, or the audience who's gonna be watching later. This is not a Bachelor topic, okay? This is strictly just about that word, because like I was like, that just sounds like a dodging accountability freaking phrase right
Definitely.
there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna make the title of the episode that. I think we could end here as far as for our viewing audience and stuff.
We
Thanks
love
for watching.
hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.